panel now, T.
No, but for real, like when I was playing, I would actually have the same routine. Like I didn't believe in anything, but I would try to keep things the same. Tournament, like just in Dota in general, you're betting that what you think about the game is correct.
Yeah.
You're making a wager. And generally the teams that do the best at tournaments are ones that come with strong ideas and adapt.
Yeah. The main thing is your opening, like you have to have a lot of confidence in your openings and understanding like when you enter the draft, you can't be like scared about what's next. You have to be able to go, this is what's good. No matter what they pick, we have to stick to our guns and we can't overreact too much. And they go for the TA. Surprisingly as well, EG, Arteezy's actually played some safe lane TA in his
He plays a
pubs.
lot of
exactly.
safe lane TA.
After, of course, SAE popularized it, mainly Heijden on no ping. He's now been starting to play it himself, so potentially this could be the mid or safe lane.
10 seconds
And it's pretty good for Bristleback, just that minus armor. I think both teams have some like pretty clear ideas with their draft right now. TNC is basically saying, we have Bristleback, we'll be able to run at you, and they paired with a Lion, which means that if you cannot stand and fight us, we'll be able to catch you with the Lion. It allows Bristle to right click.
Yeah, the main thing with TNC, their best strategies have either been overwhelming semi-core run at you heroes, or they've fully gone like 4 protect 1. They've never kind of met in the middle where they've kind of gone half and half. It's always been one or the other in their strats. And when I think Bristle, this is an indicator of just fight and go.
Yeah, the games where they picked 2 carries, I think they looked out of place almost. Like it didn't suit their aggressive style. This is a team like they need to play off their momentum. It's not. It's like the players as a whole in C, they're really crazy and run at you, and you want to sort of play how you perform in pubs because honestly, these players are gods in pubs. They make it like a pub to win the game. Yeah.
There's one big upside that EG has in this as well. You know, you're going up against volatility of Southeast Asian teams, Southeast Asian pub players. They got 2 of their own. They got Abed and Ice Ice Ice.
That is true.
They got their
have
own
some
flair
insight
there.
to
It's gonna be our Mel versus Abed. I think that's very exciting.
It's also sort of strange because despite EG having these YOLO players, I think a lot of people say Ice 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 is like top tier in the YOLO category. I think EG as a team, they're the most like how do I say, like they want to play a perfect game of Dota team. Like if you talk to them how they think about Dota, it's like, okay, we won this game, but how we played should have been like this, and they want to make it perfection. That's
one rotation on mid, it was suboptimal. Go again. Right back. Yeah.
No, they'll look at Dota that way for sure. It's like it's sort of a contrast to someone like say OG. They want to win Dota by making their opponent mess up because they're just playing so much pressure. Like it's a very stark contrast between those two particularly.
How would you describe the style of play for TNC or for Southeast Asian teams if you're going to compare it to the style of EG like that?
Oh, it's a polar opposite, I think, right?
Well, like for example, TNC, they're a team that picks Beastmaster offlane still. And it's the idea of they play your lane, and it's so easy to rally around this hero. And that's kind of right now when I see these 2 openings, like EG, they want like a nice laning phase, but they're not going to be like running around the map doing anything. They want to be able to react to engagements. But that's why I want to see like a Pangolier, for example, for EG, like perfect counter rotation hero. And then TNC, they're going to want to farm stacks and then instantly cross the river, apply pressure, and go and fight.
Evil geniuses turn to pick.
All right, we got ourselves an Earth Spirit coming out.
Nice.
That's another run at you hero right there.
Yep.
If Bristleback gets to a good start, as you said, he manages to farm an Aegis stack, I can see these 3 heroes just moving around and completely causing chaos. I think a lot of the game plan between these 2 teams right now is just TA is going to place a lot of traps around her Ancients, and TNC are trying to break that EG triangle.
Yeah, the value of TA and the reason why it's so good is because of simply the traps. Like, you used to always just put it on runes, but now people are moving the traps to being more like truly vision based. Like, you have it on the entry to jungles, the exits, you put them in popular smoke areas, just so if you do get that clip of vision of a POS 5, you check his inventory, 2 wards sentry, you're going to find where he's going to place them quite quickly. So yeah, TA is, the stonks on that hero is going up.
And I think Abed in particular, even when I coached him on Fnatic back in like 2017, I always thought he was the best TA trap user.
Okay.
He's just a very
This is
that was a
fight.
fast. They knew what they wanted.
Yeah, they know.
It's a good TA counter actually.
An instant Mars. Okay, I love
this is planned, right?
Yeah, exactly. This feels very scripted.
And Mars is actually one of the highest win rate heroes from the group stage. Wildcards, I should
But I
say.
love it here in this position because you have heroes who play around movement with the Darkseer, and also the double value of against Bristleback. When you spear him to the wall, you can actually then you have some way to manipulate his kind of positioning. You're turning the back away, so it's that counter aggression.
For sure. EG's lineup is very set up to like burst one hero and then kite the fight out.
Yep.
I think that's what you want versus really run at you heroes. How Dota works is if it's full 5v5, it's really easy to move forward or backwards as a team. If EG are able to make TNC only have 4 heroes at the start of the fight, they'll be able to kite them really well with traps. I don't know why it is particular. I think it's just like you have more spells, right? Like every hero has a slow stun, some impact.
But I guess the main thing is, though, TNC, they have a way to punish the Mars, right? If Mars ever wastes Arena, that's a pretty hefty cooldown on a spell that is so instrumental in their team fight right now. If he wastes it, or he uses it to rebuttal, let's say, an Earth Spirit, right? Then the Bristleback comes in after. Like, there is no real way to kind of disengage the fight. Like, they want to be able to do it, but it's like they have a cookie on Snapfire and then TA playing around her own Blink Dagger maybe. But if they take a bad fight, they're going to be overrun so quickly. It's like Mars v the world right now for that type of that fighting.
Do you think it's a Bristle carry or mid? Carry or mid right now?
I'd like to see the Bristle carry, and then you pick up like some Leshrac style int mid.
I want them to get something to start a fight cleanly. Like Earth Spirit, he can sort of start fights, but it's not reliable. Same for Lion for a long time, because this is a 5 line. He's not going to have Blink Dagger. I mean, they get to see EG's last pick, so we should probably focus on that one.
That's true, yeah. But I think, right now, I honestly, for mid heroes, like, I'd even throw a Pangolier for them. Just completely remove the idea of arena, and it starts to fight so easily, the vision from the hero. But anyway.
They need something like that to get an AA, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The Bristleback, he wants to frontline, but sort of like pseudo frontline in this game. He doesn't want to run in first, get arena spear and AOT.
That's the main thing, Like the Mars is to counter.
You need some chaos for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you guys feel for both teams that they are just both pretty happy with their draft? I kind of feel like they're getting what they want from this.
I think that's what should happen, like as you come in from playing your international tournaments, like you should test the waters. Like I think even if like EG know what TNC want, they still want to give a bit of it. Maybe not the key heroes. I'm not too sure if you should give them Bristleback. Very
We're gonna see if that was a wise choice in the game.
I mean, like you can't go to an extreme, right? You can't just like black box your bans like Isaac Slice on Zenith did. Maybe he's
That's fair.
whispering in the ear.
That's fair. I mean, the thing is, do you still have to wait your whole bonus time for that? I think so.
You do.
Yeah.
It's not good to do.
No, it's not.
You can pseudo do it. You can ban like some Meepo, Chen.
True.
Although Chen did win a game somehow.
Do you feel like these bans are putting the tier into a carry role, and this potentially could just be like a Storm Spirit last pick for EG? Because I think like TNC really wants that backline catch, but there's not enough bans.
TA has a carry role. Like you ban the same heroes for TA mid as TA carry, though. I think.
Okay.
So.
I see.
I can see what you're saying, but like I don't know if it reveals too much about what EG wants to do.
No, that's true. I'm just trying to think of like what's the flex core instead. Like if you're trying to keep the TA open, like what's that next in line?
I think TA should do very well versus Darkseer in lane though.
Yeah, that's the main reasoning. Yeah.
But like to be honest, like if you see the Darkseer, any carry you pick should dumpster that hero. That hero is very weak in lane.
Especially with an Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it should be awful. And
the main reason we say that is because Darkseer, like Earth Spirit's a hero that plays off of roll and setting up the damage. Darkseer doesn't really do damage until level like kind of 5+. And then when you get to war especially. And heroes maybe like Clockwork or... Yeah, mainly Clockwork is one of the best kind of kill. Even Tusk, they're the better Darkseer combos for actually killing in the lane.
Earthspirit, he's not as tanky as the other fours. Like even a Nyx can keep the Iron Shell on your opponent for longer.
That's
you have casual stuns, you have 4 armor high regen. Earthspirit doesn't really have that.
And it's the main reason we're mentioning for TNC especially, they need a hero other than Bristleback to start the fight. Because Earthspirit, he is best played when he is able to patiently wait, analyze the entire engagement, and then decide exactly what role he's going in for.
If you get to go in second as Earth Spirit, your silence is actually the thing that's really good. If you get to go in first, you will hit the roll maybe. It's like a 50-50, but your silence will definitely not be good.
Ban out Ursa, so yep. TNC, assuming that it's the TA mid, now this is where EG has to kind of reveal what's happening here.
So yeah, so in terms of carries, if that is what we are still looking for, the position ones, there's only one usual suspect I believe still in, which is the Wraith King.
Wraith for EG?
Not for either. I mean, both of them have been banning out the sort of the same
you're right.
style.
There are a lot of characters.
And Terrorblade also still in, which is I'm only saying because of the Illusion Core bans.
And you actually don't know if Bloodseeker's going mid or carry.
You do not.
Yeah. That's
not until the heroes get picked, but yeah, for this pick, they are gonna have to.
And that's nice
gamble.
as first pick because just hiding a little bit of information makes TNC's last pick that much harder.
But is this not like a really good Storm game?
Storm.
I guess maybe it's not. I'm just trying to think of like the idea.
Storm. It's definitely a good Storm game, I'd say.
Nah,
oh, okay.
Sheever's a genius.
They go for Wraith King. Okay.
It was process of elimination, guys. Ban all the carries. There's a couple
it's
left.
Gonna be a mid Bristleback then. Okay.
Bristleback versus TA. I think they should both farm in that matchup. Maybe TA slightly outfarms him, but it'll definitely come down to supports. I think something that was happening a lot was Crit would TP at like the 3-4 minute runes and kill like in the last major. That would be like the best move he makes for EG. But I'm not too sure if you can do that versus Bristleback as TA Snapfire.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for EG because like they need to wait to enter the game, but when they enter the game, this Bloodseeker isn't going to feel too great fighting into like the tankiness of a Wraith King or a Bristle. These are heroes that stand still pretty quickly.
It depends a bit. Like, if EG win their safe lane really hard this game,
Yeah.
which I think if I were to select a team with the best safe lane, it's EG, like in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like their laning prowess.
Okay, I see,
So,
yeah.
like, if they can dominate their safe lane, then I think their path to playing is very simple. Like,
That's true.
they're a team that will rotate this Bloodseeker mid at low 6 or 7 this game, and they can overwhelm TNC's draft.
yeah, I guess the main thing is they need to try and ignore the Wraith King, because if they ever isolate the Bristle or the Darkseid, they will die to like
sure.
the Rupture plus AA, just dead.
And
So
I
yeah,
don't think Wraith King carries this game. I think Bloodseeker actually is really good versus Wraith King carry. You
because
get
he
the
can just
shard.
kite out and
It's kiting, it's a shard, it's just... I mean, Bloodseeker actually dominates these strength heroes in the late game if you have enough items.
What if you play the Wraith King the way we saw somewhere in the wildcards, that the Wraith King does not go... Yeah, he just doesn't go into jungle because it will be Bristleback taking up all that farm and getting all the stacks, and Wraith King will just go fight and build.
I'd like to see that, just because they have the Bristle, right? Like they have to one farm, one fight, but
Okay.
exciting game.
Exciting game. I love it. We get to see both these teams play the style they want to play, and we're going to get to see which one of those two teams is going to have the better idea of Dota going into this AniMajor. We're going to do that. We're going to experience this game together with ODPixel and Fogged.
Go RTC.
Yes, thank you, Sheever. I'm here joined by the OD Pillow again, and it is going to be a pretty hype matchup. Does feel like both teams got kind of exactly what they wanted. Does look like both drafts do have their merits. So, Owen, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, super excited for this one. It's always going to be fun, especially when it's both teams' first game here on the LAN, EG versus TNC. And it's a lot of sort of hero player combinations that are going to be, we're going to have to keep our eyes out on. Tim's on his Earth Spirit. He's going to be rolling around the map, causing a lot of chaos. And then over on EG, just looking at things like the Arbed TA. This man on this hero, he can take over the entire game himself. So a lot of things to be excited about seeing. And one of the, I guess, kind of different things as talked about by the panel, I wonder how much you like it and if it's something that you feel that TNC can roll with pretty well, is this idea of having the mid Bristleback and the offlane Darkseid, having these two cores, bringing the chaos whilst Gabby on the Wraith King gets the farm. Do you like this approach from TNC?
It's their comfort. It's what they've been super good with in the DPC, so why not, right? Like Curtis was saying, you don't want to change your strategy up so much going into this, so I do like that they do just put it out there. So they just test the waters, see how EG is going to react to it. I'm definitely looking at Tim's though, right? I want to actually see if he's going to ever make an early move, because you have to imagine, this is TNC versus Abed, Owen. So there's got to be a little bit of that wanting of blood for Tim's in particular. We're going to see, I want to see in particular these rotations of like Ion Shell on the Earth Spirit, maybe an early TP, potentially looking to pressure Abed early on, because that's something that they can definitely do to burn those refraction charges and actually set themselves up for a good start.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tim's movements in the early game are going to have to be something that EG will need to be quite prepared for. And in terms of the lane in general, I mean, how does Bristle play against the TA in the matchup in the 1v1?
It's pretty farm heavy. I think TA slightly will be able to out-farm the Bristleback, but I think it's really going to be up like to what Curtis was saying on the panel, is just rotations early on, who gets the double runes, who's able to secure better, who's able to maybe get a stacked camp or something on that small camp early on.
And then looking at the side lanes, I mean, anything that sort of stands out to you as being a difficulty here for one of the teams?
Definitely the Darkseer. That is going to be really tough for him versus just a Bloodseeker who sustains versus it freely. You have an AA, long range, able to trade hits and always bully. So they're going to have to, of course, manipulate creep with that Earth Spirit, and we'll see how Bach is able to do. Because he's also, I watched quite a bit of their games and just was looking at him. He struggles a lot in some of their games. Like he has like 9 deaths or 8 deaths, so he ends up being that like big sacrifice for Armel and for Gabby to kind of pop off. Nice.
Jorien, do those deaths tend to happen in sort of the laning stage, the early game? Is that where Bach sometimes struggles?
I mean, it's kind of all over the place, to be honest with you. I saw him playing a lot of different variety of heroes, though, so it's also in the region as well, too, right? Like, SEA is a bit crazy, so they are just, like, committing for kills sometimes that maybe aren't so good, but it kind of just happens throughout all stages.
So far, on the CS, I mean, as you say, bottom on TZ, he's having the edge here against Bot, not struggling at all against the Darkseer. Top lane, moving in onto Boomy. Boomy has got the stick charges and the Fairy Fire ready to go, so he'll be able to survive that, but we are certainly seeing it between Ice and Crit on these two. They've got a lot of burst kill potential in this lane. So Boomy's, he's going to have to be very careful as the line. He gets caught out of position. EG's going to be able to blow him up.
I think him and Gabby both have to be pretty careful. I think this is going to be the tougher lane for the side of TNC. The minus armor in general versus Wraithen, he is one of the lower armor carries. Even when you have Ring of Protection, you're only at like this 4 armor. And there's a Blightstone, a little Shredder, and then there's this Mars who just rips into you with physical damage of God's Rebuke. So they got to be a bit careful up here. And mid, I'm actually seeing some nice stuff from Abed. He actually goes for Meld at level 3. That's kind of cool. Since he is playing versus that melee matchup, he can easily get that Meld off onto Armel and make the trades more valuable for himself.
In there to give Armel a right punch here. As Armel will look to grab the creeps away, and so he's going to maybe take them up, and he's going to go for some neutral. Okay, he's going to get the bounty rune here. Make sure that Arbed isn't able to step back and get the refill. Not that Arbed's going to mind too much, still has the bottle full at the moment from the water route.
They have to be sure that they're not...
Tim. So Tim's still...
They have to make sure they're not too low on HP. I think that's one of the biggest things I'm looking, because look at Bach. Immediately when we see these heroes low on HP, he just starts getting hit by Arteezy. He might actually just die. He's gone.
Well, there we have it, first blood. Indeed, not an easy start for Bogdan. It just 6 CS against the 15 and 8 for Arteezy. I mean, you said it in terms of heroes. It's not an easy lane for the Darkseer to play in and put any pressure on. And Bok, yeah, he's not going to be able to have much impact down here at all. So we'll see what sort of moves he does make on the Darkseer, but this bottom half of the map hasn't been great. Of course, Tim's still yet to really find a place to make a move. Still just sitting halfway through level 1, so it's going to be very hard for him to have an impact in this early game, considering they just didn't really have the opportunity in the lane to get him any XP here as this Earth Spirit, so it'll be a very slow start for Tim's.
They're getting the stack started, though. Look at Boomy. He's even got, what, 1, 2 double stack over here. They got a triple stack on the Ancient side here from the Earth Spirit. And Tims is looking to maybe play around mid. I do want to see him look for that rotation early on with a level 2 Ion Shaw on him, TP to mid. Look for probably around the 6-minute rune, just so he can set up Armel for a bit more success. Since Armel is still farming fine, but he is not actually winning the matchup versus Abed. Abed is out farming.
So they can find Fly here. Fly is going to walk up into the two of them, Bok and Tims. They got the damage. Fly is out to the side with the stick charge. He's still alive here now as the backup of Arteezy as they'll turn towards Tims. Arteezy ready to run down Tims as Arteezy claims the kill. Bok vacuum Fly up to the high ground. Will get the kill. He's going to look to try and surge himself away from Arteezy, but of course that level 1 surge quickly coming to an end. Blood Bright's available, and Arteezy is on track to clean up another. Runs down Bok. Double kill for Arteezy, as he really is having the best start he could hope for on that bottom lane. At the same time, in mid, Arbed, he hits that 6, he chases him down, takes out Armel, as EG getting some big kills in the mid lane and the bottom lane. Up top, though, TNC, they are able to take down Ice. So core deaths across the map, but still overall, EG definitely having some pretty scary-looking starts here on some of their cores.
They're really crushing the start. Fly, even though he dies bottom, it actually feels like almost a good death because he just TPs mid, refills Abed's bottle, and now Armel is versus a full TA. It's top, Gabby.
And look at this straight up top, Gabby. The one charge is just enough to save him, but he's now fully out of regen. We'll get passed over a Tango, but has to be careful coming close to that tower there. Crit saw good opportunities to set up for the combo onto him. See Fly trying to check out what's going on. And we'll actually be able to sap some of the XP here, by the looks of it, from Armel. Armel's going to try and do his best to push Fly away. And it will work.
So we'll get a good chunk of that XP, though. He's juking him. He's okay, mid lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not going to find him at all. It's Tims. He's gone. This mid lane has become a bit of a no-go zone here now for TNC's. Boom, he's TP'd in. Slowed down by the trap, has the backup of Armel, so Arbed and Crit won't be able to dive in anymore. But Arbed now with the DD, with those treads, with the levels as well as we're seeing with his trap set up around the mid lane. This is a very scary place for them to turn up. I mean, Arteezy, he couldn't be having a happier time. He could not be having a happier time down here. Kill after kill, 3-0-1.
They kill the Ring of Health, they kill the Vanguard. That finished Vanguard for Armel is now dead since they go for this invasion play. They even get traps around the area here too. This is the beauty of a TA versus these heroes that want to farm stacks and just sit in the jungle so much too. You're just going to be able to set up vision in the area that's going to be a lot harder to de-ward. Tims will find the 1 ward, but it's a level 2 Earth Spirit at this point. Arteezy is having a dream start. And as the panel was saying, like Curtis was mentioning, Bloodseeker versus these tanky strength cores, he thrives when he gets this type of start. So this is definitely a concern for them here. And there's also a medallion already on Crit. I mean, this is quick stuff coming out from EG. A very good early start here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how does Tims even make a move, right? All of these
They're
cores,
taking mid.
they're not easy ones to roll into, especially when you're as under-leveled as you are. Going into this TA or into the face of a Bloodseeker, both of these heroes, they're just going to turn and kill you.
They took the mid tier 1 at 7 minutes. Now they've got easier access to go into these jungle points and just steal the stacks. Thankfully, Armel, he does go through and actually clean up 2 of them for now. But now they've lost their jungle. They've lost access to their Ancients quite heavily. And Abed might just start actually playing more aggressive. Instead of playing on his side, he's going to be able to farm the opposite side of the map and deny a lot of gold. This is definitely concerning here for TNC.
I mean, what's the move here for TNC? Yeah, you know, the speed, it's stepping up pretty fast from EG. I mean, TNC, who can they sort of get together to try and make something happen and try and have a punch back at EG?
I think they have to start utilizing the Ion Shell. Double Ion Shell and Darkseer Earth Spirit, maybe have the Lions start rotating as well. They got to start doing something because they're losing too much map control too early. They've even had to now leave the top lane. Ice 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 is 6. Wraith King has to go jungle, and now it feels like they're going to have 2 heroes that just have to jungle on Armel and Wraith King, as Armel still has to wait for his Vanguard to come back to life. As it is coming out now.
And they're going to go full in on the sort of just hoping that EG don't speed things up too much. You know, Gabby queuing up the Midas Radiance. He's going to go for the full greed. They want to try and somehow get this game going to the later stages. So a lot of pressure on the rest of TNC to make sure that Gabby is going to have the time and space to build up these 2 items. And more, of course.
That does feel a bit concerning, but they do have good way to run at them, right? With 4 heroes, they have Bristle, they have Earth Spirit, they have Darkseer, so they can actually make the space for this Wraith King if they do run out together. But EG is making the first moves completely, and RTZ even setting up a defensive ward for himself, and then he's just going to TP top anyway. Even though he doesn't spot anything with that ward, he's going to look to continue pressuring.
That's what they do here. This is all under the dire ward of TNC. We'll get the spear back onto Gabby. Into the range of Abed as they'll bring down the Wraith King the once. Tims rolls in, but he instantly gets ruptured. The arena's out from Ice Ice Ice. They turn towards Tims. Ice 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 is able to get himself out as the arena holds back Armel and Gabby. Armel trying to move on forward, but EG, they've got the full 5 here. RTZ stepping off to the side, but the Blood Bright's down. They'll turn back in on towards Gabby. RTZ commits over the spear, pushes back Armel. Gabby will live. As he gets himself back underneath the tower, they keep Gabby safe for now. So TNC, all things said and done, definitely able to limit the casualties there, only losing Tims, and they will be able to push back a full 5-man attempt there from EG to take that tower.
Bach finally gets some breathing room down bottom to get his level 7, get his Arcane Boots online. But that is a Reincarnate down too, so it is a very long cooldown that is used for that one where EG can't play around it. And they're probably going to look to just keep going up top. Arteezy healing up off some neutrals. He's going to be able to continue pressure up there.
Let's see if Armel's strong enough to sort of hold off this aggression.
What's he going to buy for armor? I see he's buying treads right now, but he does need a little bit of armor versus this lineup. There's Medallion, there's Little Shredder, there's Mel.
He's set up.
He's in trouble.
He's looking pretty dead here.
Sure
Straight
is.
away, I mean, they're playing this combo nicely. They've been doing it since the laning stage. Crit and Ice Ice Ice, just
Look
the
how fast
cookie
he
in,
is.
easily allowing him to get the angle for the spear, and indeed RTZ's chasing for more. He's got a Rupture ready if he needs it. Good stun from Boomy will hold RTZ back, so RTZ actually not able to continue to commit, but of course TNC pushed entirely away from this top half of the map now. EG, they can get the objective they're looking for, get that tier 1 tower.
They're really smashing this early game. There's no real reactions that TNC can do. They weathered the storm at first because of that Reincarnate, but that's kind of it. They didn't get any positive out of it except for Bach getting some space. Gabby now does end up going bottom, but as you said, he's going for this very greedy build, so really does feel like EG's just going to punish the hell out of it.
I mean, that's coming in with the TPs. They know that Reincarnation is still on cooldown for a good amount of time.
6
Gabby's
on
aware.
Snapfire.
People disappearing off other areas of the map. Gabby's not sticking around at the tower.
They don't hit buildings very easily anymore. Bristleback is a good tower hitter overall. Same thing for like Wraith King with Skeletons, but when you're at this deficit, it's easy for EG to just set up. They have multiple different heroes that can actually set up to go for those defenses. Bloodseeker as well as that Mars. They have the Kisses.
They're trying to get
Even
onto
just slop
RTZ.
this
Gabby's
push.
been ruptured. The Kisses are coming out as well. Gabby's going to try and run. It'll turn with the
He's
crit,
gone.
but RTZ's got him. That's Gabby down. Over to the side, Tims will be able to get on top of crit. Finds him in return. Instantly out with the TP as well to make sure that RTZ can't clean him up. But that's Gabby going
tower.
down, and of course, this whole draft and lineup for TNC, it's so important for them that Gabby doesn't die. You know, everything's on this Wraith King.
They do at the least get the tower, but yeah, it's expensive. Did we see what was going on? Did they say anything?
Towards the mid. Oh,
Just a
happening
pause.
here?
No lag. I guess just might have been some
EG
slight
here.
lag. Language
Language
settings.
settings.
Okay. That's a new
That's
one.
a different one. I guess. Oh, I had his client in a different language or something. But, so it must be all fixed now. All fixed now. He's changed the settings. We're good to go.
Nice blast in mid. TA trap
Oh,
watching
Boomy.
Boomy.
And they'll
See you
take
later.
kill. Smooth combo there from the low ground. Arena down. Perfect setup for the blast. It's a low effort kill there from EG. A few spells and the line's gone.
Once you start getting ahead with TA, it starts to be really difficult to play the map. These heroes like Lion you just die. You know, there's a trap on top of you and you're just dead. One other hero comes over for rotation and you do end up just dying.
Blessings.
TNC though, considering the objectives that have been taken and the kills that have been had, only 2k behind, so still holding in. An Armel, he is going to be very tanky on the bristle. Vanguard done, continuing to beef up. I mean, as I say, if they can somehow fight as the 4, keep Gabby safe, they will have this Wraith King that does have the potential to become quite a bit of a raid boss, and they're actually going to look to get him in. Okay, no, Gabby, he doesn't want any part of this.
I don't
He's
think
going
he
to continue to hit
should.
creeps. Bok, Boomy, Tims, they're ready to go on the hunt. They've got the 6 on Boomy. They have that burst from the finger. That they should be able to get the kill if they find a hero alone.
They got to get a high priority one, though. They need to try to find Abed. He's got a haste rune, though. They might just end up having to be satisfied with crit. They're actually going to go at the D ward right away. But they're going to reveal their positioning with that one. And yeah, I mean, Armel is tanky in a way, but at the same time, he's not. There's so much minus armor that's coming out. It's a level 4 meld already. Max Little Shredder with a medallion, too. This is not going to be easy for him to actually tank the brunt of the force that's coming out from EG. And there's an Ice Blast on top, too.
I mean, yeah, is this still a game where you do like that he got the hood, or would you have liked him to see some sort of plate mail or something else instead of it? Or do you feel that the hood is indeed very necessary here?
It's such a good pickup always, like when you're versus like Mars and AA,
Sure,
but I feel like the plate mail might have had more merit, or even maybe just a casual medallion, because I was clicking around like who's actually going to build a medallion on their team besides just the bristleback. It's a little bit of a weird pickup to get on your core, but it does feel like it might be more necessary versus all this minus armor.
Nice catch here from Tims. We'll be able to dispel the smoke movement here from EG
Nice
that was
move.
on track to get down towards Gabby. So Tims just making sure he's always in position roughly on the map between Gabby and the rough whereabouts of EG.
It's Roche time. They've got the Deso, they've got the medallion, they've got the Shredder. They're going to easily be able to do this one. I don't think there's any way TNC can contest this.
Yeah, they'll have to let this one go to EG. Sages will be theirs, and EG will see what moves they want to make next. It's Arbed very ready to get in on the front of the fights now. We'll see, of course, Armel just going straight for this halberd next. Needs to have something against the TA.
That'll be nice, at least for that.
3,100 gold into the relic.
It's time that TNC really does need. But it does feel like they're just losing. They're just going to keep losing on this map control. This mid tower has barely even been touched. 1,700 HP still on it. And EG's playing active. They're still looking for plays.
All inside TNC's jungle right now, keeping the wave push right up to the tier 2 here. 15 minutes in, and this tier 2 probably going to go down without being defended here by TNC. So it's a very early pressure just continuing to come out from EG as TNC just opting to try and play as far away from EG as they can so that Gabby's farm goes uninterrupted.
They're getting a pipe on the Darks here next too, which I feel like the Crimson Guard might actually be more valuable this time since he is versus all this physical damage, but it does feel like he does want it. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely scared of the magic. Yeah, hood on one core and pipe on the other, so really focusing on limiting. Said the damage from the AA. Boom.
Goodbye.
Ooh, okay. Steps out the base, and EG, they make short work of him. Boomy's gone.
They've got
And,
the cliff to at
yeah,
least
60
defense
minutes
here.
in, they're having a bit of a tickle at the high ground.
Why not? They know that Gabby is not prepared yet to fight. He's got the relic, but not quite the radiance yet.
That's very
Just
true.
force the
Yeah,
issue.
you're effectively pushing in whilst there's no carry.
Mm-hmm. And Arteezy's still farming in the mid lane, so he's not actually getting, you know, disrupted of having to stick with his team the whole time. He's getting his own type of farm. Armel has to start reacting toward top. Ice, waiting at the wings here with his ward, watching the Armel rotation. Won't quite catch him.
See Abed just trying to find a few more creeps here to hit this timing of the blink in combination with picking up this DD rune. Just a couple hundred gold away from having the blink dagger. As in the mid, drop the arena, not quite enough damage to take down Tims though. Tims, he's going to live through that burst, he's out.
They revealed their ward with that play too. Instantly dewarded by Boomy. So limited vision right now from the side of EG, but they have so much information just from the tower pushing that they've been able to do and from the traps that Abed's laying down all over the place. Yeah, Blink coming out on the courier. Another tier 2 getting pressured. Map shrinking for TNC.
No, it certainly is. And even though, you know, 4K, you know, not the biggest of leads you'd necessarily see in a game that one team is sort of getting as far ahead as it feels that EG is. It's very much the fact that, you know, EG, they're going for the objectives. They're going for exactly what needs to be done. They're not aimlessly chasing for kills. They seem that they've got a pattern. They know how to close up this game. They know what their goal is. And so far, they've not been forced to stray away from it. It very much does seem that the EG is pretty much in full control right now.
Absolutely. And Arteezy's not, he's not sticking with this team, so he's not getting under-leveled by any means. He's actually playing his own game on the sides here, so he's still getting very farmed, very high level. Level 14 on Bloodseeker. Abed's 15. He's got a BKB about to be finished on Bloodseeker too. So he's keeping up with the pace of the opposing carry, actually keeping ahead of the pace of that opposing carry, who's just been sitting in the jungle the whole time, Gabby.
How's his progress looking? A few hundred gold and the relic and recipe will be done, so Radiance at least, but you know, as you say, he's going to turn up and still have quite the struggle standing toe-to-toe against this Bloodseeker TA. That they will be able to blow up Gabby twice. And Radiance alone, it's not likely to make that much of a difference at this stage of the game. He's going to need to still play a bit of the AFK game, even when that Radiance is done.
As long as he gets really good RNG with the evasion, with the mischance from that Radiance, maybe he can survive, but it is so much overwhelming damage now. Solo Crest, Little Shredder,
here we go, they're in.
Armel, they're going for it.
They're looking for Armel. They've got the Ice Blast coming over. I mean, he didn't stand a chance there. The minus armor, the damage coming out with the DD on Abed. That's the Bristleback gone, and that's going to be a huge concern for TNC with this sort of lineup that they're trying to play with the draft. You know, the Bristle, he's got to live. You know, if he's not alive, you've got nobody else to start a fight or to respond to a fight. You know, the Bristle's life is everything for TNC to be able to do something. So with Armel gone for 30 seconds, they're unlikely to be able to make any sort of moves here as EG step up to the high ground.
15 seconds on Aegis. EG really trying to force the issue. Something is going crazy in the other game. Gary is going ham over here.
There's definitely much more of a calm experience in this one. 12 to 3 is not an insane amount of kills, just very, very controlled and careful game here from EG.
And look at Crit even taunting them.
Lane to lane.
Are you going to play the game line? They're starting to make a move out, Tims.
So they're fighting Fly. Fly's gone. Arteezy maybe looking at the chance of getting back in on this. Abed's making his way back over. Ice, no arena for 20 seconds.
That is a magnetize and a finger. So it is a pretty big committal that they had to use to get that one kill. Don't know if the magnetize was absolutely necessary, but they're just trying to get anything on the map since they are at this big deficit right now.
You just throw everything at this stage, yeah. You've got to secure yourself something here, TNC. You've not been able to find kills for the most part of this game. You have to guarantee you get whatever gets presented to you. As EG, of course, there's still some easy objectives for them to take. The tier 1 still standing down bottom, so some very simple goal for them to pick up here as Abed starts to bring the bottom creep wave round. We'll see if TNC can pull together any sort of defenses outside of their base here on the bottom half of the map on this side lane.
They're bringing Tims down, but it was spotted. Arteezy actually saw Tims TP on that tier 2 with the vision. Ice is going to know that this Earth Spirit's in the area.
He's going to get ruptured. He's going to turn it. Arteezy pots the BKB. They're ready to go in. The arena's down. Box gone. Gabby's down the ones. He's going to be back for round 2, but Tims, he's getting hit hard by the kisses, tries to roll away, but RTZ's got the kill. They turn, looking to lock down RTZ, Hex into the stun, but it's 3 dead on TNC. Only Armel and Boomy left alive as EG, they're ready to look for the cleanup here. Armel trying to run, but RTZ chases him down. Double kill for the Bloodseeker. Boomy, he's into the trees. They're hunting for him. They're not going to let Boomy go. He's going to try for the TP out, but they've got the damage. It's a team wipe. EG clean up. 17-5, 8k lead. TNC just not showing any signs of being able to fight back at EG this game.
The game plan from EG, it's too fast. They got too much of an advantage at this point. TNC, they can't fight, and they're all set up in the area. EG, they saw the Earth Spirit setting up from the tier 2, so they know that this fight is inevitably going to happen. Ice just throws his life away. He doesn't care. He's like, all right, we're going to win this fight. I jump in, it's over. If he gets that type of initiation, there's no way they're going to be able to do anything about it with this BKB from the Bloodseeker. And pointing out a bit of an interesting skill build, RTZ's got 1 point in Blood Right and then stats. Because all he really has to do, it's not like this silence is phenomenal this game. He's not playing versus some type of spirit or some super mobile hero. He just needs to be able to stand toe-to-toe and fight back versus these tanky. That's also why he's gone for the lifesteal talent too. That's really good planning, really methodical from EG this game. 10,000 gold lead already. Experience also 12,000.
Are you guys gonna play the game?
And Crit continues to taunt them.
Boomy able to respond a little bit here. I mean, how we're doing on Gabby, Radiant, so after that it's sort of a slow move on towards the Halberd. I believe we did see the Courier of Armel getting taken down that last fight, so I had the recipe of what would have been a completed Halberd, so it's going to be put on the sidelines for a little bit. Top lane Ice, he's got the setup on Bok. Another kill here for EG, as getting out on the map is a huge struggle here for TNC right now.
Oh, pretty cool too. Abed, he finds himself the Grove Bow, so if he plays at max distance with his attacks overall versus this Wraith King, he doesn't even get affected by Radiance. So that miss rate that comes into play, it won't even be hitting him if he plays at max range because of all that plus range that he has now.
It's pretty insane, actually.
And it is pretty nuts. I mean, this talent is ridiculous, this level 10 one that we are now seeing a lot since we're seeing so much TA.
Yeah, we are just seeing sort of flawless play here from, really from EG as a whole, but the fact that both cores, right, Arbed and Arteezy, they're yet to die this game. There's been no moves made on them. Arbed 6-0-6, Arteezy 7-0-6. They had a perfect start from the laning stage, and just very, very careful play here from EG, making sure that they don't make any mistakes.
It's super clean. They're one of the better early game teams, and they're really showing it in this game. Just really methodical, just across the board, not giving TNC any hope. As TNC, as we said, they're building these halberds and stuff like that, but those will be effective to be able to disarm the TA, but armor is still a massive issue for them. You see the plate mail is queued up now, but
it's not going to be easy here.
No.
For TNC.
I don't know how they do the initiations.
Cool maybe for that one fight.
Yeah, they have to have Armel be able to actually tank the brunt of the force so that Tims can get a good follow-up, so he can actually, get this magnetized to spread properly so he can get these silences and all that, but he's just dying too quickly. He just gets killed in a matter of seconds before the Mars Arena even ends.
Yeah. And I mean, you're right as well. This BKB queued up next for Armel is not going to... It's not really going to make a difference, right? I mean, a Hood BKB, where is the armor? Is the evasion really enough?
Doesn't feel like it will be. Abed steps up a bit far here. But he's got beat.
There we go, Boomy. He's gone there, gets taken out by a big meld hit from Arbed. They're going to be able to block Armel off to the side as Arbed works in on towards the bristleback. Armel trying to get away, but he's been ruptured. He'll try and CP out, but Arteezy's in with the damage. Armel's gone. TNC, they are able to take out Ice, but they lose 2 for it. Arbed and Arteezy continuing to go unscathed in these fights. They just cannot kill these two.
Ice continues just to be the sacrifice. He jumps in, he gets hit by everything, he dies, but for the greater good, as Roche does respawn, Crit spots it with that trap too, and they're just gonna back up and go for that one here. TNC, can they contest it? They still have 25 seconds without the bristle. Feels like if they give this one up, the game is pretty much impossible for them, but don't think they can even make it there in time.
Yeah, they just can't make the move quick enough.
No.
With the speed that EG take down Roche. Very quick Roshan here for Evil Geniuses.
feels like a valuable Bloodseeker shard game. So, I mean, usually we see the TAs take it, but he's not versus any type of, you know, effective silence hero. So, yeah, Arteezy, really good shard game versus these strength cores. He's going to continue to just rip them apart.
Nice. He's got the setup here onto Gabby. Backup's coming in from EG. Nice blast connects. They're in with the Meldit. They're going to be able to pop Gabby the once. As they're on the cliff.
Vacuum,
This time Arteezy's got a friend. Ice and Arteezy, they're up on the cliff. Arteezy's going to TP his way off it, back towards the mid lane. TNC are able to get in and take down Fly. Ice also off the cliff as he looks towards Boomy, but Crit goes down. Arteezy and Arbed, they're going to make their way back over. See if they can still clean this one up as they've got the Rupture down onto Armel. They'll step in, they'll bring him out, roll in from Tim's, trying to get it onto Arteezy, but they don't have the damage. Arteezy's back up to full HP there with the cheese, as it's another cleanup by EG, triple kill for Arbed. As Bok, he nearly goes down as well there. We'll see the dive in onto Boomy. Spear off the mark. No, Boomy's going to go for the TP out. And he actually makes it away there with that spear missing. So Boomy will live. But another fight where TNC do struggle to kick back. They get the two supports. You know, nice little cute move there from Bok, getting the two cores on the cliff. Definitely meant that there was some time for TNC to punch back that fight.
Some time to run away, perhaps, as this TA just shreds them in a matter of hits. The BKB gets popped, doesn't have to worry about missing at all, even if he is close range. Abed nearly has MKB to deal with that annoying evasion that will be coming out anyway. 14,000 gold lead. Yeah, TNC still struggling to really find much of anything in the game. Clean game from EG. All sticking together again, all 5 heroes up on this high ground. TNC rallied together too, but this fight looks pretty impossible. Ice waiting at the wings to initiate.
Yeah, he's got the arena back up. TNC's got to be careful. So step back in your Arbed just with a completed MKB. This evasion isn't going to do anything at all.
So hard for them to play the draft the way that they wanted to, where they have these tanky cores running in, so it allows these Earth Spirit in line to get their spells off properly, but they're just not tanky. EG just waiting outside their base for an opportunity.
Happy to take their time. Ice is up to the top, ready to start bringing that wave round. They want to try and make sure they've got all 3 pushing in onto TNC when they look to go for the high ground advantages. Arteezy. Get the Rupture down onto Tim's, into the Blood Bright. Arteezy wants to push in for this, but the Ghost Scepter's out. Tim's buying himself some time. Oh, he's on the cliff. They've got Arbed up there, but he is going to get cookied back down to the low ground. Ice Blast coming in. They've got the lockdown to take Arbed down the once. But now EG, they're ready for the chase down onto TNC. Gabby's going to get surged up to the high ground in time. Desperately trying to escape from EG here, but the arena's out. They've caught Armel. As Armel, trapped in the arena, will get cleaned up immediately. A buyback comes out for Tim's. Gabby dies instantly after he reincarnates. As Arteezy's diving into the base here, runs down Bok, looks over towards Boomy. Tim's trying to get away with the Ghost Scepter, but as it comes to an end, so does his life. Arteezy takes him out. The Ghost Scepter on Boomy will not save him this time round, as they've got the control through it all, as it's another team wipe by EG, 29-8. EG getting very close to being able to close up this game 1 here against TNC.
They lost nobody. And that was with the Tim's buyback. They couldn't kill anything out. It's GG. Whew, what a clean game by EG.
What a game. Absolutely. I think, you know, one thing when it comes to seeing EG, for all the EG fans back at home, it's, you know, it's always all eyes on what sort of performance they're entering the tournament with. This game 1, pretty much little to no hiccups from them here. This was just very, very, very solid stuff from EG as
he commits
huge
fully
chrono
because
into
he doesn't want to be
and yeah, split up
eternally
used
cliff.
quite early on, but
I think
that
this
pulse
fight
nova
that
damage
we just
takes
watched,
them
by
down
the
to
way,
like
it was a
half
fight
HP
where
as the fight properly
TNC
kicks off.
felt like
A bit
they
of a
could
panic
swing
mode,
the
but,
momentum
I
because of
understand.
those
He's not
cliffs.
caught inside a
But maybe
chronosphere,
they
one of those,
were,
feels
I don't
good
know, they
moment,
were
and then just
not
follows it up,
expecting
multi
everybody
still
to be
running,
back in
dealing
the fight
damage
so
on top
fast
of
because they just dove a little bit too far.
Three is a bit too far behind.
Yeah.
Like mid-tier one still being up as you mentioned, but just the items. Like even if you
TA can have an
completely
absolute
remove
nightmare
two
of a
EG
time.
heroes, you
What
can't
about
close
the
up the
other
fight in
assassin?
time.
But that's the story of the game, right?
Well,
Is that they
Phantom
just weren't
Assassin, yeah,
ready
I
for
guess
that
they could
level
put
of
one on
pacing
her.
EG were going to set.
Yeah.
Like they had strong lanes, and after the
Incredibly
lanes,
potent
their
itemization from
setup
Beast
on the
Coast.
map was amazing. You know, they put the
I
snap
still
fire
do
book,
need
they
to
rotate
close
everyone
out
else,
this game,
start
though.
applying
There's
this kind of forward
always
jungle
that-
pressure,
that
and then
threat
every
of
time.
the- Gold outside of Magnus. So potentially one fight for victory for Beast Coast. A couple of holds for Liquid to stay in this game. See how they do. Sprinting down the mid lane. They want to try and cut across, clear out the top wave so they get into those two lanes which do have barracks still standing.
Full E-Blade on Venomancer, so even more disarm. Yes, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how you fight once the BKBs are down. And you also need to prematurely pop a BKB, otherwise you're gonna get disarmed, and then BKB is not gonna do anything. So a very tough situation for Team Liquid to be in.
Now we're going to need some of that real sweet dance move from that Kyiv for Magnus again. Just to give them a chance.
All eyes on Kyiv. If he doesn't get a good RP, if he doesn't get to skewer back into the tier 4s, I think Team Liquid is in a really bad spot. Templar Assassin trying to find some farm, get the Nullifier, will send a Magic Wand probably and just buy
Schofield.
Sacred Relic. Can still think about it. Maybe it's Divine
Sumail.
Ranger. Sumail getting a jump.
Has to BKB. Gets the Deso and that minus armor right click into him. But Tiger dead without buyback for a minute, and K1 jumping high ground here towards Insania. What does he have to false promise himself? He does, absolutely, but he's being bashed into oblivion. Fated it comes, the kiss is landing towards Sumail as the back line. Mickey, he was hunting for Stinger, but he's been turned around on by the Leshrac. A double kill for K1, picks off Insania over the skewer, over to the RP.
Where's
this
the
is the chance
follow-up?
for Liquid. The follow through with the Empower, cleaving and critting, but Mickey just doesn't have the damage. Beast Coast will stand their ground,
This is it,
turn
Gary.
and face, and this is going to be it. Absolute domination coming through from Beast Coast as they take down the PA, force out a couple of buybacks, and clear the buildings.
The first guy already, all chat, first game from the Beast Coast in this major. You know, they're not holding back. Maybe they have it on one of the keys. You know, we've seen yesterday, like GG being
The
dropped.
RTW, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they have it, like just the straight up guy. Have it as one of your most important keys on the keyboard.
They got Chris
Skewer
Luck.
back.
Ghost Scepter comes, Cookie back. The saves are there for Chris Luck's Veno. Laguna Blade going to whiff. And the Venom answer safe and sound with the rest of the boys. Beast Coast now forcing Mega Creeps to come Liquid's way, having taken down all of the barracks. And a difficult spot for Liquid to be in, but
Next rush will respawn in 2 minutes. If they want to play this safe, there's no need to rush. They do not have to close out the game. Wait for it. Their team fight, like they want to also reset the Chronosphere cooldown, Venomancer ulti. Phantom Assassin, this is a big item. Getting a Nullifier to be able to deal with all of these Ghost Scepters that they got, it's going to be pretty big. But in this situation, you might also start to think about maybe Divine Rapier is needed. It's still a long way until you can get it.
has Magnus spent his money yet? Because I've seen the past 7-8 minutes, he's had like 3,000 gold saved, and he bought back, and he still has a bit of money. Oh, there it is.
He was trying to get a Solar Crest to give even more buffs to Phantom Assassin. But yeah, Force Staff, more mobility, a saving potential. Not inside the Chronosphere, but... Well, there's a free neutral item.
What's that on the floor?
That's Ninja Gear.
Well, nobody wants it apparently. But yeah, that Force Staff going to allow him to get a bit of drift action going. Pull the E-brake, start sliding around with the skewers and Force Staffs. Ninja Gear must have been picked up now, right? Yeah.
Faceless Void picked it up.
Over on K1. 6,000 gold in his bank. Going to try and buy out that Satanic so he can survive even longer throughout these fights.
It's almost impossible to press
K1.
Faceless Void. Here he
They get
comes.
the chrono. Straight onto the Oracle, the prime target they needed. Buyback immediate, out from Insania while Sumail BKBs and turns, whacks down with a side blade spill. Leshrac didn't see that one coming.
That was beautiful.
Sumail did.
He saw it.
And that's 75 seconds now where you kind of stem the bleeding, stem the flow. Stop Beast Coast from closing out the game and a bit more room to maneuver for Liquid.
No buyback on Leshrac for 60. Roche will respawn in 20, so potentially Liquid can take this Roche fight. Like, this is a big opportunity for them. They don't know it. Like, we see it, but they could, you know, try to take a guess. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Gary, it's straight up 50-50.
The window's open. Minotaur Horn for the TA. Elven Tunic there for her, actually, in the inventory. Nullifier also picked up.
Yeah, they're swapping items. I like that. I talked about the importance of trying to get a Divine Rapier, but they also need a Nullifier. So Templar Assassin going for Nullifier, while Phantom Assassin going into Divine Rapier.
Feels a bit nicer
Just needs 1,000 gold.
Oh, only 2 buybacks out on the board right now. It looks like Beast Coast are trying to save up enough money for a couple more of theirs. Void, Snapfire, a couple of 100 gold away from it. But Mega Creeps, there's consistent pressure now out on the map that Liquid have to face. Time in, time out. And Roshan scouted out by Beast Coast. Chris Luck gonna set up his little bunker. The Great Wall of Plague Wards. Not gonna rush into things though. K1 Ninja Gear hasted. Smoking. Doesn't have Chrono. He's just gonna clear this mid-wave. See if there's anybody around. Anyone lurking? Anyone showing? No, I'll kill these catapults then.
300. Actually, 50 gold for Divine Rapier. Mekay very afraid. Like, he's sending out Illusion Escape Illusion to try to farm it. Let's see if he can get it. Get some last hits. Right now, just auto-attacking, but that will do the trick. Nope, still didn't get it. Finally gets it.
Man, this Aghanim Shard. Leshrac. Split Earth landing onto Roshan as it's claimed up by Beast Coast. Cheese for Whisper, Aegis on K1, and potentially that final nail in the coffin for Team Liquid here in Game 1. The lead has been mounting. And Beast Coast looking for that one final move.
Beast Coast, they were thinking, who do we give Aghanim Scepter to? It's gonna be Earth Spirit. So, Enchant Remnant.
So good.
Great save, great way to initiate as well.
And he's always the one rolling in deep, so he can even save himself and surf away if he does get caught out. Or if we see that RP play, he can be the defensive saving hero this time around, as they do get a catch. Bursting through Schofield, and a Yule's into the Faceless Void, so TA and the Chrono not really being hit here. They've got the False Promise out of Liquid, and Chris Luck running back in towards Sumail. They're trying to put damage on him through the False Promise, but Insania being focused by K1. Light Strike Array holds the Faceless Void back, while PA chasing back Whisper, but TA's gone. The damage was enough, and Tiger found on the left-hand side. Now you've got no execution from Liquid. 3 heroes dead with no buyback, and Beast Coast looking for your tier 4s.
It's 2 versus 3 with the Divine Rapier. Playing it like this Faceless Void is too tanky to kill. 4,000 HP.
He's straight on top of them. I mean, the jump in here from Mickey. It's a lot of damage on Whisper, but they've got Ghost Scepters, Eon Disc, Cookie Stun, catch out Mickey's PA. Tries to get back onto Whisper, but they've got the cheese and the fountain diving from K1. He's in the fountain, taking down the Magnus, and Mickey, the final casualty for Team Liquid, calling out GG, and Beast Coast take Game 1.
This is gonna be it. Beast Coast showing up what they're made of already in game number 1. I love the itemization on their side. Leshrac surviving so many times because he decided to go for the Guardian Greaves and then getting a Solar Crest on top of it. 3 Heavens Halberd against the 2 cores. 3 cores that loved to farm in the Ancients. They were putting so much
with a better draft, you guys will win.
Yeah.
You've seen what we've done to Scrim.
Like a hype
you got
man,
this.
right?
Yeah. Like, just make them feel as
Build
comfortable as
confidence.
possible. Yeah, confident, comfortable, anything. Anything but thinking about how EG just slaughtered them.
And
Sorry.
It's true, because that is what happened. And in a game of Dota, it's always so easy to blame your teammates. Everybody knows that. It is very helpful, even if it is, you know, a bit artificial perhaps, but it's very helpful for someone to take the blame that you can't really take it out of because he's a coach.
Don't lie, just sugarcoat. You know? Don't be like, yeah, you get it.
I would straight up lie. I would just anything, like, especially the higher the pressure is, like, the bigger the lie is. Guys, like, I accidentally unplugged all your monitors last game. You didn't notice, but that's why you lost.
I
like,
turned
you guys
up
got
your mouse sensitivity, and that's why you missed your quills.
Yeah, this time you got it. I won't mess with you guys.
I think when you start going to the hardware part of things, it's going to be a bit too obvious.
Dota players don't know how computers
No, yeah, no.
People think that Dota players know how computers work because you spend 12 hours a day on a computer.
Yeah.
They don't.
I spent 10 minutes trying to fix my monitor at this event, and I didn't have a cable that connected it to my computer.
It was unplugged, right? Yeah.
No, it's not unplugged. There's no cable.
So there was just
like HDMI cable.
Yeah, there's no HDMI cable.
Was
like
there,
Dota
like-
they are really dumb, or maybe it's just me.
I was gonna say maybe
that one might just
I
be
can
me.
confirm. I've worked with some players, and like they unfortunately aren't the quickest to adapt.
I mean, it's definitely me and maybe a bit more, but it's also them.
There are some players who legit don't know how to perfectly change sensitivity from PC to PC.
Yeah.
But because you have Windows settings and then your actual program for your mouse, they legit play with different sensitivity every tournament. Like, that's how, like...
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that is like, this feels okay.
I mean, you spent like 8 years of your life. Like, to become a Dota pro, it's really hard work. Like, it's a lot of work. You spend 12 hours every day playing game in your own home setup. When you get to LAN, it's a different beast. That's why these experienced teams, they perform so much better on LAN. You need it.
I once gave tips to up-and-coming teams for like what you can do to prepare. I suggested take your computer apart, set everything up on the kitchen table instead of your desk, and try to get yourself comfortable
that's a real
somewhere else.
Just get your your loved ones or whatever in the background with some pots and pans. You know, you're just playing. Just
no, I remember.
Wake up!
I watched a video from Day 9, and he was talking about that. Now and then, he would just adjust his chair a bit, make him feel a little bit uncomfortable. That uncomfortability will make you feel more comfortable at LAN.
Yeah,
it's
because
really
you gotta
sit
sit at a desk that's not yours, at a chair that's not yours. I mean, obviously, I think the TI it's like the same height every time.
Yeah, the glance.
What?
You have to see your ugly teammates. They're just sitting there beside you.
Yeah,
You
you gotta get used to that.
Panel, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah, this is nice.
We do have a little bit of an extra break in between the game that's getting fixed. We're gonna get the draft, don't worry. But it does mean that we're getting to the draft in about 4 minutes from now, from the last time that I heard an update. So just so you're aware, we're not holding back the game. Teams just need a little bit of extra time, and apparently we're very gracious, and we give that extra time. I can also I can name and shame. Who's missing?
It's Arteezy.
It's Fly.
No, okay, it's Fly.
Arteezy is literally.
You just called him out. You didn't even look. You were
No,
just
I was guessing. Because he's just super hard to work with and cancerous, you know? He's not, by the way.
He's one of the. You know what?
Right. Top three things you hate about Arteezy, are we?
How he looks, how he smells, and how he talks.
All because it's so good. And you're jealous of that?
I am really jealous of it. Am I allowed to say? I don't know what he smells like. Don't listen. I need to stop talking. I'm done.
I will tell you that I think it was 2015 somewhere. I was doing interviews for some event, and I was really nervous talking to Arteezy because I thought I only knew him from his stream. I thought he was going to be arrogant and mean and rude, like for the longest time. And then I do the first interview. It's like, wait a second.
He's very well adjusted.
Super nice.
Yeah.
He's able to talk about Dota super well, and like you give a stupid question, which I do sometimes. He'll roll with it and give me the perfect answer. Right? It's that was actually very. That was my prejudice working against me, but Arteezy's one of the nicest guys. I feel like he's
honestly, most of the Dota players now, I think. The
now.
mentality has shifted. No?
You said now. What about?
Well, it's like no, because I was gonna say it's grown on the scene. Like you see teams like OG.
Yeah.
They got really good because their mentality and believing each other, supporting each other. It's something that's built up. I think the pro scene in general has become less toxic as a result.
I think also one thing that has been changed, if you're gonna look from TI1 to TI10, one of a big thing that is changed is people actually taking care of their physical health.
Mm-hmm.
People actually go to gyms and care about what they eat. Before it was like pizzas, burgers is fine.
No, I remember like we would go boot camp in Sweden, and they would have like a kebab pizza. Like have you had those?
Yeah.
They kind of bang, to be fair.
They are really good.
They're good.
I'm pretty sure
Not very
I ate like
nutritious.
3 of them in a week, and I wanted to die. I'm like, it can't be the food. I just like. But yeah, no. Now you have healthy mind, healthy body, and
Ugh,
you
well,
perform
that's
better.
true, yeah.
Effort.
We need to do that for the panel, I guess.
We do actually.
Ooh,
What, you're
like
not
a
eating
morning
healthy?
jog? Oh,
I've been climbing up the
That's
stairs at the
true.
hotel. I'm literally dying by the second
Yeah, no,
floor.
okay,
but I'm
right,
doing
look,
it.
I was taking the staircase right in the hotel. He's going 13 floors. He like conscripts, gets me involved. You know, recruits me to the stair gang. You know, so a good elite gang. I'm on floor 16. I gotta go up an extra 3 flights.
I'm on
up to floor 20
17,
accidentally.
and I only come back at 2 a.m. I'm not gonna climb the fucking stairs. Sorry.
I ain't climbing no stairs.
It's rough. It is actually quite rough.
That's I mean, that's not gonna happen. That's why when you said Quinn takes the stairs down,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can get behind
I
that.
know, great. I'm like, I've been taking the stairs. I think it's a good idea because I don't really want to use the gym while we're here, you know, COVID and all.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've been taking the stairs too. I'm like, wow, I'm really impressed. And his next sentence is like, yeah, I've been taking them down. I'm just like, what? You're not taking the stairs. You're letting gravity do the work.
But
You're just
maybe he's got his bag of
rolling
like
down them.
keyboard and mouse. And he's got some like weights additional.
You
Oh, that's
still-
what Jack's for.
Ah, yes.
But it's still exercise a little bit. It's better than nothing.
It's actually quite good. Like it works on your balance a lot. Like it is it's better than walking. It's like
Yes.
flat for
And
sure.
it's better than standing in an elevator.
But I'm just saying, when I go down the stairs, I'm fine. When I go up the stairs,
Well, that's when your muscles work
That
most.
hurts.
I couldn't feel my legs the morning after one of those days.
Do you ever do something on the physical health side when you're at home?
Yeah, I have a bike at home. I ride a bike,
Okay.
like an indoor bike.
Do you, T?
No, I'm very responsible. I don't go outside because of the pandemic, so I just stay inside.
I also don't go outside, but I do have a treadmill
I
that
did 3 weeks of the training during DPC. I did 3 weeks, 4 weeks of that, and didn't eat chocolate and stuff. But
Yeah.
I've stopped doing that because, of course, you know, I don't have the mat.
That's what's stopping you. You're missing a yoga mat. Now you can't do anything
Those are hard
anymore.
to get.
They're very hard to get.
They're very hard to
Impossible.
get.
Very, yeah. Ukraine shipping, very hard. Yep.
You can literally get it here within the
Nope.
hour if you want it right now.
Oh. We can
We'll
ship in
put
the
it
body
over
covers,
here.
but we can't get the mats, okay? Aww.
The body pillows are actually quite good.
They are quite nice.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Fly's now in the lobby, and Arbed's left the lobby.
Uh-oh.
So,
TNC's also missing a player now.
yeah,
I
and
think there's some
Hey.
technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Abed
no.
joined the
Arbed
lobby.
joined the lobby.
However, now a player from TNC is missing, and it's Bok.
It happens. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes it's honestly unavoidable. Like some PC issue, even though it's fine the first game, something happens, or like some coordinator for only one player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It just happens.
Sometimes the players make up excuses and say there's issues, but there's not.
Sometimes the whole server explodes.
You can't tell them we do that.
Just did. Just did.
But the whole server exploding luckily
Yeah.
doesn't happen that often.
I don't think that would ever
Oh,
happen.
you're not a player.
Not at
anymore.
a major.
Surely not at a major.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, sorry. Reliving the only good days of my life.
You're not a player anymore. You can confess. Have you ever lied about a pause for like anything else? Like, have you said,
Hey,
like,
I
of
have
course.
to go to the toilet while
Because
not.
because
what's
leg
the
is
dumbest
really
thing
short.
you paused for?
The dumbest thing
The
I've ever
dumbest thing
paused
you
for.
paused for, yeah.
I mean, immediately in my head, it was like, did you ever see that clip of where Envy just like fell out of his chair?
Who?
Envy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi!
Yeah.
Oh, Sheever senpai!
Oh,
It's
thank God.
Kodak!
Oh, it's our
no.
friend.
Ohio, Goody-kun! Kill me.
Ohio! I have interesting stats about the last game!
Oh, really? Tell us, please.
Did you know Snapfire and Mars were picked 61 times, but they only win 45 times? Knoxville says this is very bad.
Wow. 61 times in what?
The DPC sheet, what do you think I'm talking about?
I thought you meant at
45%.
this major.
There haven't been 61 games. You need to
Wow.
learn math.
All right.
Thank you. I will work on that.
Did you know Arteezy has the most Bloodseeker games?
Ever?
Riveting.
24 games.
Is
In
that
the DPC?
In the DPC?
Is
Is it season 1 or season 2 or combined?
No, that can't be DPC. He has not played 24
How's he
games.
played
in
24
DPC.
games? Yeah, that's
That has to be in like major.
He
Yeah.
has.
No, I don't believe you.
Only 4 of those games are losses.
I'm checking, don't worry.
Yeah,
Is
there's
it
no way in
season 1
DPC.
and season 2 combined?
doesn't know.
I mean, wait. So you play like it's you? I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. Don't worry.
They're gonna fact check you.
We're fact checking you.
Jorien.
You're having an audit
Hey,
right now.
Governor. Governor Sama.
Yes.
I read a comment from Twitch chat. It says you're bad. I need to go. Bye. Arigato.
Yeah, I can confirm they played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games in DPC.
1 or 2?
And they played 0 Bloodseeker. You can confirm.
Yes.
See, do you see Bloodseeker?
Oh, there's one right there.
That's today.
But the thing is, if you think like one sort of looks like 24.
No, yeah, because if you add
and
the
if
one,
you can't read, like you've just memorized a bunch of words, you might think they're the same thing.
yeah, no, I respect that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Good
one
to
is-
note, though, whenever Kurikun gives us some stats, don't just believe it.
No, yes.
Yeah.
That
He's
is-
insidious. You can't see it, but he's out to get you.
So 1 is 24. That's what we learned today.
It's not 24.
Is he NA? Because that's some NA maths right there.
I don't know. I do not. I mean, he says "arigato." That's not NA.
Yeah, but he says it like an NA person.
That is fair. That is fair. We are 1 minute away from drafts. I know we went kind of like off script a little bit, but I do want to recap what we talked about, what we want to see change for game number 2. So, we don't want to see Ancient Deparation making it through. We want to see TNC ban that. Do we still want Bristleback for TNC?
I think yes, but I think more than like draft-wise, they need to play in a way that accommodates their draft. Because I don't know if last game they were that outdrafted. I just felt like EG sort of outplayed them in the lanes, and they just sort of accepted it. They need to pick heroes that can change the status quo, make moves. Like that's what the team. Like C as a region, I can remember like they were the teams that went like Ogre CM, and the supports are roaming from minute 4 to literally 40, and they're just causing chaos on the map. That's when these teams excel. Actually, I think that might have been TNC. Dude.
Just don't play for farm. Play for kills and then farm second. Because in the lineup they had, it was farm first.
Yeah.
And that's just not what we want.
I don't think you should try to necessarily beat EG in lanes. Like Bulba has spent the last 40 years of his life beating into his players that lanes are really important and perfecting that. Like they are the best laning team in the world for a reason. They've worked really hard on it. You should try to play to your strengths.
Okay. Well, we are in the draft. We got the Templar Assassin Respect ban coming out. Timbersaw left in the pool as a change for TNC. AA still in the pool as well. And yeah, the rest is all the same. We still have the Brood, the Nyx Assassin, and the Viper ban. We'll see if EG goes for the AA, and we'll also see if TNC wants to still open up with the Bristleback. I really hope that they had that good talk that we talked about where... I mean, it's so easy to start doubting your whole game plan after a game like that, right?
Yeah, just go for the AA. The simplest reason is Timber was let through, and picking AA still mitigates that threat. So if TNC want to go Timber +1 or Bristle +1, the first pick AA just goes, nullifies both of those openings.
I honestly feel like AA just counters all of TNC's drafts. Like, I'm feeling really bad for TNC right now. And it's one hero in.
Yeah. That's pretty grim, to be fair.
I mean, that's, this hero
I
is
have a
strong.
stat.
This hero will be the hero of the major.
I have a stat. Please hold.
Okay. Oh.
I'm waiting for the stat.
Waiting for stat.
Oh no.
I'm waiting.
Please
Let's just
hold
look
for
at her
stat.
as she tries to look. Put some pressure.
Okay, AA in the wildcards, all the wildcard games, it was picked 11 times out of the 17 games or 16 games or something like that, or 17 games, I think. That's not wrong. That's not right, by the way. But
Is that an occurring?
it is right.
I mean, there were 31
AA has been
games.
picked 11 times. He's got a 73% win rate.
Yes.
It's really high, but it does mean that he sometimes loses.
That's true. He does sometimes lose. And I think their approach against AA is better this time. Last game, like, they were trying to do what they brought from their region and pick the Bristleback.
Yeah.
It is bad versus AA. This time they picked 2 heroes I would say are pretty good versus AA. Lion's good at, you know, some burst magic so you can reset the fight in your own way. And Tiny's always been good against these squishy backliners.
Also, I believe TNC as well is one of the, I think, maybe only teams that has run the Tiny in the 5 role before.
Yeah, they did.
And then also they run it mid. So, yeah, there's potential some quirkiness happening here.
That's a good point, actually, because I think Lion as a hero, like as a 5, is sort of mediocre, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it only worked when, for example, like Nigma, when Kuroki was playing it, when there's like a really easy avenue to play the game. It's like you're the hero to lock down the Morphling, for example.
Yeah, that makes
In a
sense,
more
actually.
open game, I think Lion 5, it's so hard because you don't really have that clean entry. But so right now, I'd rather see this as a Lion 4. Ideally, just put it as a mid-tiny. Because I've not seen enough of the Tiny 5 to know why it's good, but...
I don't think you want Tiny 5 specifically versus Mars, just because you have 0 armor versus Mars.
Yeah, exactly.
But they have done that. They are a team where their 5 position, he'll play some wacky heroes.
Yeah.
And just to make the draft work. I think there's some other ones. Sorry, I haven't written down.
But wouldn't they just put Boomy on the line again? And Tim's is definitely a position 4 player that felt very comfortable on all those melee 4s. Like the Spirit we just saw, Tiny falls in that category, Tusk would fall in that category as well. Like that feels like comfort to me.
Yeah, in the DBC, he was playing those heroes, but he actually specialized in a lot of range damage dealers. His most picked heroes were like Lion, Mirana, Phoenix, actually.
Okay.
I mean, historically, he's been really good on these Earth Spirits.
Yeah.
At land, sometimes you revert to that comfort zone. But the other hero that Boomy plays sometimes is actually a Puck. So to pick a Puck early, and he would just play as 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a new idea. You know, Puppy's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has really been doing it this patch.
But that's the fun thing about 5 is if your vision game is on point and you know how to get through laning phase, any hero can technically play 5.
Yeah.
Like, your job is literally just to be the guy who runs in first, the guy who has good warding game. Like, if you have a unique way to approach the game from a different hero, you can utilize 5 for that very thing.
I think it's because of the skill set of 5, as you were mentioning, right? Like, your heroes don't really define a lot of the things that 5s can do.
Yep.
But you don't want to pick some too crazy stuff. You still want to be able to control runes, get some map control. I like to call it like map presence. Like I just call it map for short. It's like you want your 5 hero to be able to move around, and when he goes somewhere, there's map pressure on them.
Yep.
So like Clockwork, I really like his 5, stuff like that.
Yeah, the value of having a melee 5s, because like so many of the perfect supports, it's always like, it's always these range guys, you don't get jumped. But when you suddenly change it up and you put this 5 melee hero, and he's just running around, it's like, oh god, we gotta kill him first. Why, like VP Solo back in the day, why he was so good at his role was because he was able to be a hero that didn't die instantly.
That's
Positioning
was so
Ogre.
Was.
Maybe is, I don't know. Like the really tanky 5 is what I'm referring to, not the player.
Okay.
Because like back then you would build like 5 bracers on Ogre. I remember seeing his inventory. It's literally 5 bracers.
Fluffy hats are the new in thing, by the way. Fun fact, you can go 2 Fluffies double branch. Just get like a 1k HP, walk to lane, don't need regen, get a couple bounties, bring the tangos out. You're a big boy.
You can also buy 8 Fairy Fires to start with.
That's true, yeah.
Jenkins taught me that one.
You could also buy no items and rush a Vanguard.
Jenkins also taught me that one.
Jenkins also taught me that one.
I heard about that one.
A lot of really good ideas.
All right, we're on a panel together. Please, can we push the Refresher Mars thing?
No, I don't think it's very good. The Refresher's a very good item, but I like it. No, because Refresher as an item, it can work on Mars for sure.
Thank you.
It can work on Mars.
All right.
I liked on like
only Mars.
Pangolier Refresher was really good, and Bat Rider. I thought those two.
All right, there we go. But Mars number 1.
So they go with a Puck on TNC. I think that means this Tiny's probably. I mean, we don't know, right? They play Puck 5.
Flex
Tiny
pick.
5.
We like flex picks.
You know, if you don't know what you're doing, EG won't know what you're doing. Ooh, a Rasta. That's a crit special right there.
Yeah.
EG is basically every single pick is like face up. You know, the Mars should be off lane, your Shaman is just your 4, A is 5, etc. But they have, when you're playing against teams that are trying to be flexible, picking hard counters unflexes the draft, right? Because right now it's like, if you want to put your Puck mid, we've already got the Shaman to deal with you. We've already got like the tankiness of the Mars to be present. So TNC, they're kind of putting themselves in a position of trying to be hidden, but it's kind of getting a bit more shown now because of EG's.
EG's basically, their draft is just stable, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Like there's a thing, I've been watching some chess videos because I find their theory really fascinating. But when the opponent does a lot of like weird wacky moves, something you can just do is just make your foundation stable.
Exactly.
Like there's a reason why stuff is a standard in the game.
Yeah.
Like if they do something weird, you just go and beat.
Ooh, okay.
Night Stalker, okay.
That's pretty unique.
It's a good pick this game.
Yeah.
That's one of the heroes that A is terrified of.
Yeah. But it's one of those heroes where it's less about laning phase, because again, it's not going to win its lane. It's going to go for farm, but it's what they do as soon as that laning phase collapses. Those couple first night times, we need to see them playing together, be proactive.
And I like this versus EG, because your idea should be we get through lanes and we out-rotate them, outplay them after the laning stage. Nightstalker is one of those heroes that naturally does that, you know?
Yeah.
You need to survive the lane. 5 minutes hits. Even if you lose the lane slightly, you can kick out almost anyone.
But this is where EG, their response is instantly picking more tankiness.
Yes.
They've now picked 2 heroes to counter this puck. So if it is tiny mid, your DK's there. If it's puck mid, there's a DK there to be the counter. Nightstalker, his game plan is to feed off the supports. But if he's ever playing too aggressive, like there's a bit of disconnection where Nightstalker goes in, puck line and tiny, they need a couple items to join him. So before that timing comes in, this arena will once again be the big victor. And it's why EG was able to take that lead in the first game. Was Darkseid or someone was running in first, the arena has value. So Nightstalker, he kind of wants to be the one going in first, but if he does die straight away, TNC aren't going to be able to take that second fight. So yeah, arena is high value here, and Nightstalker has to be so decisive with which fight he takes.
If you're flying from the Nightstalker out here, I don't think you can get speared to the arena though.
You can't.
Correct. You're above, just like the line Earth Spike.
But you still get
the
speared to
arena
trees,
is,
right?
Yeah, you can still get speared to trees. The arena is super high value this game. But I'm just thinking like, maybe they can play around that fast.
True,
I mean, at the same time, you have like Hex and DK stuff.
Yeah,
They're very stable stuns on Nightstalker. Classically, what counters Nightstalker is tanky heroes, as you were mentioning, and just hard stuns.
Yes.
It, like it used to be like Beastmaster, right? You had vision on him, and you just roared him,
Yep.
and you just killed this guy.
But at least this time, TNC, you know, they've got the last pick in the draft, so they can unflex a little bit of their quirkiness. Because right now, like, it could be Nightstalker off lane.
Actually, Gabby's even played tiny carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that. I think they should last pick a core this game for sure.
Especially with the double tankiness of Mars and DK, like, they're putting so much emphasis on killing supports. They kind of have missed the beat of how to actually kill cores right now.
See, but like right now, like in my head, I was like, okay, maybe they can pick a Slark. But then this AA hero just completely destroys that hero.
Yeah,
like
that's
this, I'm telling you, this AA hero makes it almost impossible to pick a carry that can 1v5 this game.
Yeah.
TNC's draft right now needs a carry that 1v5s the game. There's like maybe Terrorblade.
Yeah.
That's like the only one that's good versus AA. Maybe like some Naga Siren. Oh, it's actually banned out by EG. So.
Yeah, this is the bans they did.
Oh, and they steal the Terrorblade because that was the hero that could 1v5 against AA.
That's nice.
He's also really good against Nightstalker. You just press Q on Nightstalker, you get full night vision. Really strong.
And in laning phase as well, Nightstalker is a hero that is decently armored, but he doesn't really kill. So that opens up, like, the main thing about offlanes right now is offlanes are often by vanguards and they're in your face. Nightstalker is a hero that is not in your face. At nighttime he can, but it's all about kind of right clicks and chipping you down.
Yeah.
TB doesn't really care
And
about
TB, one of the other counters to Nightstalker is when it becomes at first night, you just keep shoving the wave. So he has to defend that tower and can't rotate. TB can just make a lot of illusions and do that. The other thing is, I've noticed this trend, but people when they pick TB, because they're going Dragonlance SMY, these Scotty, these items, they don't care about the magical burst as much anymore. Before it'd be really hard to pick TB into Lion Puck Tiny. But I don't think Arteezy cares. He might even get a cloak this game.
Oh,
and
yes.
just tank it up.
But that's where TNC, they have to, again, we've said it so many times now, their laning phase, they need to actually be present, and they have to be the ones proactive. If they kind of slip into a rhythm of farm, that's where they will eventually, at minute 20, when they look at Terrorblade or DK or Mars, these heroes will innately be tanky. Mars might have a pipe, DK will just with levels, and then TB with this Dragonlance +1 build, they're going to have a lot of issues of bursting a single hero.
So they need a fighting core.
I think they should pick a Juggernaut, like
Yeah.
something like this. They do need a fighting core.
Yeah.
They have to win top lane because Nightstalker is not going to have any pressure. No one on other team's going to pressure DK. If you don't win at least what, like, you don't have to win the lane, but you need to be able to like make moves to the lane. You cannot lose 3 lanes and just have no options, especially not for CG.
Well, they're running out of time in terms of that's all their bonus time they've got left.
Yeah, I would say
20
one of the
seconds.
weaknesses of AA is that he can't really zone the offlaner that much solo. So if you pick something like a Juggernaut and you rotate a Tiny 4 early, I can see them feeding off Ice this game. It's hard because he's Ice, but they need something like that.
They go for a Spectre.
Spectre, okay.
Not much of a fighting core, depending on hero build though.
2
right?
backline supports though. I can see them getting on top of them. I am a bit worried about this Terrorblade though. I don't know if they had the damage to deal with him when he gets BKB or even like a hood or cloak.
The main thing for me is simply TNC. They have a lineup that, once again, mid to late game, it has its merits, it looks strong, but the inability to push lanes quick enough, or waves, sorry, kill creeps quick enough, to then connect into kills, compared to the simplicity of EG, where it's like a Shaman can push a wave, Mars can push a wave, DKTB can do it innately. So TNC, it's so much importance on Nightstalker having a good game to get the momentum going in their side. So every time Nightstalker fights, they find kills. If that doesn't happen, EG will naturally, with their very stable draft, just scale to a point of being able to fortify a position and win a fight just from standing still. Like, play around arena, play around the Terrorblade, supports will be cushioned by their cores. And Yeah, a lot of emphasis on TNC being proactive this game.
So what you're saying is, if the teams go into it the exact same as previous game, it's gonna be feeling the same as the previous game.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly,
I think TNC will make that adjustment. They're a good enough team to just be like, here's why we lost last game, here's how we need to adjust, let's execute.
Yep. And that's why the Night Stalker's been picked, really. It's a hero that can, if given the right circumstances, can connect with, you know, does Lion have Finger, does Puck have Cold, does Tiny have Avatos? If each of these heroes have a threat, you have that 1-2 punch, but it's so much emphasis on both these, like Night Stalker playing with every hero at the perfect time to get them into that point of the game.
Is it still the case that Night Stalker, first nighttime, that's the one he should shine on, or is it not as black and white anymore?
I would like to see them all collapse into the Terrorblade lane, take that first tower, and open up the jungle to
I
make
think it's
them
hard
play.
for Night Stalker to rotate that early on the first night. Like, you still need to farm a lot during that.
Yeah.
They come to
But
him.
if they come to him,
Yeah.
it sounds good.
Yeah.
Or
Surely
if
you're
there's
not
a
going
really
to
good
come
fight, you can
towards a
TP
Night
into.
Stalker.
Sorry?
Surely you're not going to go towards a Night Stalker at nighttime. Hey, let's see what
Or
this
his
guy's-
teammates.
No, his
come
own
in.
his
teammates.
teammates.
Yeah.
I was going to say. No,
I mean,
he-
honestly, though, sometimes the best way to deal with these temple heroes is just to go pressure them more. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out if that will work this game and how the Night Stalker will indeed do in this game 2 between EG and TNC. We're heading over to our commentary duo of ODPixel and Fogged.
Yes, thank you again, Sheev. Yeah, EG versus TNC game 2. Looking like another rough one. Does feel like EG's gotten again this really solid stable draft, again with the basis of the Mars and the AA, which they look so comfortable with, and they've got Arteezy on one of his best heroes, the Terrorblade. Owen, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you know, seeing that the Arteezy Terrorblade coming out is going to be pretty scary here for TNC. They've obviously decided to slap out themselves with an old big carry for Gabby, the Spectre. Do you like that approach here? I mean, Spectre against a Terrorblade? How does this matchup sort of work out down the line?
It feels like it's going to be hard for them to get the pacing of the game. I feel like EG's got so many different ways to actually pressure buildings, pressure objectives. DK, Shaman, and TB, they're going to be able to hit all these buildings and just get that tower advantage, I feel, a lot earlier than TNC is going to be able to make the moves. But TNC, they do at least have the combo, right? The Puck and the Spectre, I've seen this one actually have some pretty good success when you do pop the double ultis to kill those backline heroes, but it does feel very hard. I think EG's gotten exactly what they want, and I mean, Mars is just looking like the absolute best offlaner, as we've seen. 80-something% win rate across so many games, always allows you to win these team fights. And again, I feel like EG's got the team fight advantage with this draft.
Okay. I mean, one thing that they do have, TNC, though, is they have a lot of burst, right? You know, in that mid game, are they not going to be able to cause issues for the Terrorblade and blow them up? Because this isn't a Terrorblade backed up by any sort of defensive, saving supports. Is that not going to be something they can abuse, or is there a reason to not be worried about that?
As long as they can find him. I think that's the biggest thing is with these Terrorblades, is sometimes you're not even going to be able to get to him. The images are going to be pushing out. And I've been seeing in pubs, like this the newer kind of style build, like Curtis was talking about, like AY was saying, is this Dragonlance S and Y. And then you actually just go stats instead of leveling reflection. You get 1 point of that reflection for the fights, and that's just about it. You max up on those stats, you get really tanky, and you're not that afraid of big burst damage. But we'll see. We'll see how it all ends up happening. Also, reflection in lane, very strong ability. I've been seeing people getting it at level 1 now. We see Arteezy doing that right away. Very good versus Night Stalker, as Curtis pointed out as well. You get the full vision. You pop it on that Night Stalker at nighttime, and you get to see everything inside of the fight. So we'll see how it all ends up kicking off.
All right, then looking at sort of the other lanes. I mean, last time round we saw Gabby having a bit of a slow start on the Wraith King. Is that going to be the case again here? Do you expect Crit and Ice and the Shaman Mars duo will be able to pressure the Spectre early on?
Yeah, this is a really strong lane. It's this. Look at this base damage, right? 53 on Spectre, 78 on Shadow Shaman. Mars just dominant at being able to not only get last hits, but also prevent the enemy core from getting last hits with spears and rebukes pushing him away. Does seem a bit difficult for them as well. Mid, we've seen this matchup so many times now. Armel, he's one of the players that actually does get the phase shift, as we've seen Miracle. He doesn't get the phase shift in this matchup. He likes going for the brute force. Armel tries to dodge those breathe fires. Misses this one, so he will have that damage reduction on him, but tries to play around those breathe fires.
Sure. I mean, it's not easy to dodge, though. It's definitely one of those abilities that, you can definitely try and play for the dodge, but it's coming at you very quickly to the point where you've almost got to predict. And sometimes you can, right? If you're lined up with some range creeps, he's going to go for the nuke. You can try and time it. But yeah, definitely a tricky one here against Arbed's DK.
Boomy does get a pull off bottom. It's a single pull, but it is Harpies, so it's a good one no matter what. They also do block the hard camp. Boomy doing a good job of trying to secure Gabby's farm. But we see Gabby already starting to suffer. We see the 3 lanes looking good here in the first 2-3 waves for EG. Meta has been popped, so difficult for the Night Stalker to actually walk up to the wave right now. Tims can't really do much of anything on the Tiny up here until we do see nighttime coming around.
And that is going to mean, yeah, Arteezy as good of a start as he would hope for here.
Yep. Starts with the upgraded wand right away, since he knows there's going to be some spam coming out from Bach just to secure last hits. You know he's going to use Void to get any type of range creep, so you'll get those extra wand charges. Same thing for Tims. You're going to get extra amount of heal in case they do go aggressive onto you. And Fly, he'll just play the lane nice and stable with boots. Not really going to be tossed back in too many situations up here. And the Spectre's really suffering. 6 last hits still. It hasn't really gone up at all. As Crit now getting aggressive with Ice. Boomy will be okay. They have to be so careful down here though on TNC. No, he can't get anything. He's going for these range creeps and it just gets denied in his face because these high base damage, and he gets pushed away too. It's you walk up. That's why Mars is so strong in laning phase. He just ruins your carry. Your carry's game just starts a lot slower than usual because you're just pushed away from these constant last hits. Boomy actually goes for a different type of play here. He invades to steal away a bounty rune rather than playing inside of the lane. So they will prevent Abed from filling up the bottle on that.
Oh, for sure, but yeah, the 7 CS against the 16 and 8 of Ice. It's not likely going to get any easier. I mean, a bit of fortune there for Gabby as Ice does whiff the spear. So Gabby not going to take any harassment.
Yeah, it's every time you walk up for a CS, you get rebuked back. You walk up for the next CS, you get speared away. Does miss the spear this time around, so he will get at least 2 last hits on that wave, but yeah, continuing to struggle while Arteezy gets full free farm versus this Night Stalker.
So yeah, well, overall, as you say, that just bottom lane, Boomy. He's able to get the stun off in time, so Crypt won't be able to follow up with the lockdown.
That was decent.
In terms of offensive
Boomy,
potential, I mean, yeah, he's able to give a little bit of window for Gabby to attend to the creeps without them looking towards him. This top lane is definitely going to be a problem. Arteezy, we saw what he was able to do last game when he had free farm, and on a Terrorblade, it's going to be even scarier. This laning stage going perfectly for our tour, 24 and 12. I mean, all 3 of their cores yet again here, EG. The laning setup has been perfect, and so far in these first 5 minutes, TNC no signs of really being able to slow down EG's laning stage.
No, Tim's level 2, just like last game, struggling to find any type of levels inside of the laning phase. Bottom again, Gabby just continuing to get rebuked, speared away from creeps, gets denied. Another ranged creep from Ice denied. They're struggling down here quite heavily. Is catching up 20 to 22, but you see those 10 denies on the Mars. You see 6 denies on the Shadow Shaman, so they're prioritizing just getting those range creeps.
Of course, an excellent game for Ice to set up. Every time having that AA backup, and of course down the line the Terrorblade. Just that good controlled area that Ice will be able to set up in, and Arteezy can just walk in and do the damage.
Yeah, and we do have to say, you know, for Armel, he is countered pretty hard in this game. It's not like we saw the other day from what Secret did play versus Nigma, where they had like 5 different forms of silences and just fully countering the puck, but he is playing versus DK, he's playing versus Shadow Shaman. These instant stuns can be very problematic for Armel, who does feel like he has to have a pretty explosive mid-game for them to have a shot in it.
Well, they've got their eyes over towards the mid lane.
Yeah, they've got the coil and they've got the Tiny, so they can actually toss out of the coil to get for that extra damage, perhaps, onto Abed.
I mean, they're going to try it. Here we go with the coil and the toss back into the stun. See if they have the damage. He's still got 12 one charges in a fairy fire. He will pop him as he heads over to the side. Flying crit turn up. Abed. Another orb comes through. Armel still trying to find him. They will finally get him. They do manage to bring down Abed then. And the turn towards crit. They might even be able to pick up the Shaman as well. Armel's going to have the orb up in a second. Hex comes out from crit. So crit can do anything in return. He can't. Nice. Armel gets a second. He's going to have another orb in a moment here if you want to try and go for Fly. Excellent stun from Boomy. Catches Fly. TNC with some beautiful moves here around the mid as Armel gets the triple. TNC, this time around, this game, they're prepared. And as you said, you know, Armel, he's got to pop off. He's got to hit that momentum. What better way to do it than starting with a triple kill here at 7 minutes around his mid lane?
And I've seen this so much actually from the SEA region that they're really good at using these heroes to break the coil. So Tim's with an excellent rotation, now looking to make the move bottom for Gabby. Ice might be in some trouble here. Another move too from Boomy. These two
comes
supports.
out. Ice. Yeah, he's gone.
Great stuff.
I mean, yeah, Tim's making the moves. He really is. 1-1 and 2. He's setting up this action from mid lane to bottom lane. He's diving in. RTZ's going to turn up. Got the stun out, so he'll be fine. He'll be able to walk this one off. But yeah, Tim's definitely making up for the lack of action that was really brought in game 1. You know, we saw a real struggle from Tim's to get the ball rolling as the Earth Spirit in the first game of this series. This game 2 on the Tiny, looking pretty damn hot so far.
Yeah, loving the double support rotations. Even Boomy now looking to invade versus Crit, get some information, even block out the camp, block out the stack, block out the Ancients too. Some nice preparation coming from them. Coil's back up, Tim's looking to play around the mid lane. They secure that Arcane Rune for Armel and ready to do the same play. If they see the DK form get popped, they're going to go for a toss back again for breaking Coil. Swapping the lanes, Ice goes top to play versus the Night Stalker. RTZ, as you mentioned, is down bottom versus the Spectre now. Does have to be careful of double rotations, though.
Tim's going to pick up some XP here in the mid lane. But he's trying to play as far away as possible from Bok during the night time.
Oh, he goes for the deny on the ward, but he's going to get punished for it.
We'll see down at the bottom as well. EG, they get the kill onto Boomy there. Easy catch and set up as RTZ able to pick up some action. And with that kill, as you say, over on the mid lane, Arbed seems able to put much pressure onto the tower. They have Armel coming in. Armel's going to do his best to hold this push off. And even further back up, they might try something here with the coil, but he's already been found. They get the stun off, and we'll be able to get that phase shift and coil off onto the 2 of them as they're going to look to try and take this TNC. Gabby coming in with the Horde, moves in onto Ice. She's done for. The rest of EG, they've got to run. Is yet again TNC reacting very well here to the aggression from EG on the mid lane.
That was really close too. That was heads up play there from Abed. He cuts the tree to see the puck, gets the stun initially, but he will be able to dodge that spear, so he does end up surviving. Gets the full backup of his team to stop the tower push. They're reacting really nicely to these Elder Dragon forms. That is that big rotation that we're talking about with the level 6s with the Haunt plus that coil. Fly, also being chased. Boomy's here.
That's looking like a bit of a free kill here for TNC as they catch Fly out on his own.
Very nice.
Some more money into the pocket of Gabby.
Much better moves this game in the early game than last one.
Oh, without a doubt. And Armel, this master tier puck, 3-0-1. He's having the exact start he needs. He's going to get a good timing on the Witchblade. And will be able to have the tools to make these early moves. And obviously, ideally for TNC, manage to make some plays onto the Terrorblade before RTZ's quite ready for it.
Absolutely. All these early type of advantage kills for the puck enables you so nicely when you're playing versus a hero like DK. You know he's going to go for that early Blink Dagger, so if you get some type of advantage to get a little bit tankier too, like this Witchblade, will help out a lot if he does get initially jumped. Bottom tower will drop. As we mentioned, EG does have a very strong pushing lineup. It looks like they might get a trade top. This Catapult Wave is on the tower. Gabby and Tim's look like they're probably going to be able to secure it. How's our levels looking? Shadow Shaman is 6. But the AA is only level 4, so they won't have Ice Blast for quite a long time. Boomy?
On the hunt here, Ice and Crit, but Boomy's going to be able to find Ice. Sets up with a Hex. Arena's going to get dropped from Ice in an attempt to hold them back from chasing, and they're going to turn their efforts over towards Crit instead. As they bring down the Shaman, that's the Arena down, and not too much achieved there as Ice has to use it defensively.
Nice smoke break by the Lion. Force that Arena defensively, and they don't have the AA6, so Fly, he's got to find somewhere to actually get those levels so that they can have that AA blast on top, because otherwise they have to commit Shadow Shaman wards with that Mars Arena to go for any type of kill. If Abed's not there, they don't have the damage. Until AA blast is online. And everything's still blocked over here, as we mentioned, you know, that hard camp from Boomy that he blocked down on the Dire Ancient side, still blocked. Ancient's going to get cleared once, but then it's blocked. That's going to be really big to slow down RTZ's farm. He already has the Dragonlance, so he is pretty tanky already, but that's going to be quite impactful, and they're already looking to invade. They've got the Dark Ascension available from the Night Stalker, even if it isn't nighttime. So they are quite powerful right now. Haunt up also in 8 seconds.
Invisibility.
just doing his best to catch up with Arteezy. Arteezy's still in that top spot with as good of a lane at the beginning that he did have, and the fact that he has been able to continue in this 12 minutes to find places to farm that TNC have yet to be able to make the moves into. So some good map awareness here from Artur as he's able to stay completely off the radar here.
They want to punish this up top. Fly's kept this lane steady for quite some time now, getting that level 6 just about done on the AA. They want to go for a kill here. We see the puck rotation, but there's a ward. It is going to be able to spot them out. Fly should be safe.
Yeah, Fly positioned very carefully. Ideally trying to waste as much time as possible here for the two of TNC. You know, if they're trying to make moves on him, the rest of his cores are fine. ZG, they'll smoke him from the mid. Arbed and Fly. They want to go for a big reveal here with the Blink Dagger pick up on Arbed.
They want to try to go for some big objective. They do still see these heroes in their jungle, though. The ward is going to get dewarded. See which move they make. Is it going to be on mid, or is it going to be to clear out these pesky heroes in their side?
See if they can find EG.
They've got to read where Gabby is.
Big catch.
They were pinging exactly where he does back up to. A ward placed. They do see him.
Wards down, but Gabby.
Oh, Gabby, he's got the read.
Very carefully positioned and getting that dagger out, putting a stop to any blink initiation, and now they're going to come in with a counterplay straight in with the Horn. They're on top of Fly. They're going to look over towards Ice as well, as he'll drop the arena, try and get out here with a TP, but they have the burst. Boomy's in with the finger. TNC, I mean, compared to game one, a huge improvement here from TNC, as this time round they've got a fantastic read on these moves that EG's trying to make. You know, last game we saw EG pretty much get away with everything that they were doing. This time round, TNC, they're having none of it. They're moving in past the tier ones. They're looking towards Arbed. The Shaman wards will be dropped down. Bok, he's able to get out of there easily with the phase boots, and they haven't got the damage to take him out. It's Bok. He'll be able to head away from this. Arteezy's trying to close the gap. Arbed, he manages to do so, but now he's jumped into the coil setup. Harmel, he's going to turn. Arbed taking down load of Witchblade. That's Arbed gone. Tims finishes him off with the Avalanche. They'll lose Boomy for it, but Arbed, with that aggressive move to get the kill onto the Night Stalker, does cost him his life there, as again, Harmel able to clean up and stay alive here. 4-0-3 on the puck. EG, a move towards the mid. Arteezy with the remainder of this Metamorphosis trying to take down this tier 1. See if Armel's able to push them back. They've got the fortification available. 20 seconds until arena on ice.
Great moves from TNC still. Even though they do lose a couple heroes at the end of it all, they're stopping the push. The mid tower is still alive. They're going to refill the bottle of Armel, coil back up in 40 seconds, and Gabby's getting all the space in the world to catch back up to this Terror Blade. These are really nice moves. And just great reads, like you said. You know, that move from Gabby, like he was 100% aware of them trying to invade. With the way that he was positioned on that neutral camp was just beautiful for him to react, his team to react, him to get the haunt follow up. Yeah, really nice stuff. Looking like a completely different team this time from TNC. Blink Dagger done now for Tims. Look at that. 15 minutes in, super early on. He's going to be able to follow up always with Armel now.
Yeah, I think this is just a huge part
mid.
Of this. Mid. Got the catch and burst, Bok. He's looking to be in a lot of trouble. They've got him. No struggle there with the 4 of them being able to blow up a hero with that Ice Blast. See if TNC's able to do anything with it. They're going to smoke up. Maybe see if they can try and catch EG after EG's sort of unleashed their combo there.
TNC's just hard committing here onto this tower. They see that this is the real one, too.
They've got Dream Coil.
They might just be able to blow him up with Tim's Blink.
They don't have Finger. Have they got enough alone between the Hex? He's still alive. Arteezy's able to turn. Sunders off onto Tims. Arteezy's fine. They try and make the move, but they didn't have Finger for a good 25 seconds or so. And without that additional bit of burst, they just didn't quite have enough. EG able to keep their cool. If Arteezy doesn't get 100 to 0, he's going to be able to turn the fight around every time.
Radiant are scanning.
The Blink reveal, too, not being successful. They know Tiny's going to have it for the next few moments, and now he's got the Fusel Blade finished on Arteezy, too.
Oh, it's pretty scary. Yeah, I mean, these sort of situations now, you know, like just then when they jumped in, they couldn't take him out. Now there's no chance running away. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Arteezy and that extra bit of control as well.
You know, I can see why they wanted to make the move with the Blink reveal, but their lineup is really around playing very effectively around these cooldowns. Like this Night Stalker either being there alive or them having the Haunt follow up with a coil. So jumping the gun a little bit there, it's going to hurt them a lot, hurt their momentum that they were really starting to get inside of the game.
Dropping down that little bit of a net worth lead that they had managed to build up with the last few engagements.
Now
So
Arteezy's got a fan brace.
Less than 1k in it.
He's just going to back up and farm on his side. Going to be a lot harder for them to invade. Gabby's got good timing on Manta.
He does, but I guess what the game plan for TNC around this Spectre is it looking like they're trying to go for a bit of a slower, more late game ramp up, you know, compared to like Arteezy with this Diffusal Blade BKB. You know, if you go in this Dragonlance Diffusal BKB, is EG's plan sort of to try and close this game up before the Spectre really gets there?
No, I think EG knows they're going to have to fight back because TNC is going to just constantly fight around these cooldowns. So I think this approach by Arteezy is absolutely right. He knows they're going to just all in on him to kill him. So that's the way that this draft works. When you have this Puck, when you have this Spectre, when you have all this burst damage with Lion as well, it's all about deleting a hero instantly. EG's is kind of similar, though. You know, they have this AA, this Mars, so it's kind of just a similar fight back. And there is now a lens also on crit, so they have to watch out from how far they can get caught from. Boomy, bit out of position there, will get caught out, but it's just a 5 position. Yeah. Armel has to be very cautious of his position. Aether Lens on this Shaman, max Hex, has to be careful. Dims?
So sort of overall, as you say, Arteezy, even when he has the BKB, you don't think there's necessarily going to be any urgency from EG to start running down lanes to push the advantage. This still very much could be a game that Arteezy's just going to continue to hit the creep, split the lanes up, and play for whatever portion they feel is going to be nice at this match.
Yeah. They just know that they have to fight back because it's going to get forced at sometimes from TNC. They also have a great pushing lineup, so if they're always forcing these lanes in, they're going to get that map advantage. They're going to be able to get these Roshans because they have this easier objective taking with these the Shadow Shaman and the TB. Dims. Nice little casual toss. Try to slow down this push. Nice sees an opportunity.
Is ready to go. Tims is out with a blink inside, but Boomy, he'll get caught in the arena. He goes down. Bok trying to step in here onto Arteezy, but Arteezy's fine. Arbed actually in with the jump stun onto Bok. Bok's in trouble. Hex is out, Bok's gone. Double kill for Arteezy. The tower cleaned up as well as EG get away with the tier 2 push and TNC not able to pull together a defense.
He's so tanky now on Arteezy. Even though he didn't go for the S&Y build, he's got a fan brace. He's keeping it on the strength fan brace too, so 1600 HP and now, Armel!
They've caught him! He was out with the orb, but Arbed ready to catch him with the Dragon Tail. As that's a painful one there. Arbed, you know, shutting down this momentum from Armel that's ever so important for TNC. Catches like that, you know, Armel, he just can't let that happen.
No, it's not easy to avoid though with this quick blink setup. Also the Aether Lens on crit to follow up.
And another one. Boomy, he's just standing in range of the blink stuff from Arbed. He's straight on top of them. That's Boomy gone. Tims will be able to turn with the Avalanche toss to get Arbed away from him, but I mean, just like that, it feels like two sort of unnecessary deaths there from TNC as they just one by one die here to Arbed just being in range with the blink stun as EG stuck around.
And their burst damage is not going to be nearly effective anymore on TNC, as we mentioned. Arteezy, strength fan brace, but he also now hits 15. So 275 health talent, one of the better talents actually on these carries.
Talent, yeah.
It's huge. Like, he's 2k HP. How the hell do you bring him down now? He's gonna get Sunder off in these fights, guaranteed, unless somehow you isolate him completely. He's gonna be saved. He's got teammates to back him up. Game's starting to look a lot more difficult here for TNC. Boomy's got Blink on the line, so they do have ways to get that straight initiation, but it feels like they have to catch him alone and isolate it, and now he has BKB too. Ice has gone for full defensive, not going for a Blink Dagger, as they have the double initiations with the DK and the Shaman. He just needs to tank up that Terrorblade and his team. Feels very appropriate in this game.
So, I mean, Gabby, you know, in these team fights, he's got to come out with his horn, and once the diffusal's done, you know, delete these two supports. You know, get rid of crit and fly as quickly as he can. And you know, at the moment, that's Tims. He steps in range here. Chris just able to turn with the Hex setup. Tims, is he going to be able to live through this? I don't think so. Cold Feet's going to kick in. That's Tims gone. Again, TNC just sort of losing heroes here as they're just stepping a little too close to EG. They've got to be careful and prepared with the distance they keep between them, as EG, they have got that catch and they will punish these heroes being out of position.
And now Roche, easy. They don't even have to commit the meta. Unless they see a fight coming toward them, they can just clear it with these Shaman wards. Abed even pops the ult. He's got the Aghanims already done too. And another health talent, of course, too, is the DK. 400 health talent at 15. How do you burst these cores? Their whole lineup on TNC is about just deleting a hero before the fight starts, and now the 3 cores are just too tanky for them. They have to kill the supports, as you mentioned, but
TNC.
they've been killing the Tors afterwards.
They're coming over. They want to try and go for the steal. Let's see if they can go for any big play here. Roshan falling low. RTZ committed with a BKB so he can finish this off. Oh, the bash comes out. They're going to get him with the jump. Gabby, he's able to snatch the Aegis. Gabby gets the Aegis snatch. RTZ will be able to still stand his ground, take down Tim's. Bok's going to run down, fly on the high ground. Boomy will fall as they're still struggling to deal with RTZ. Arma's able to jump out of the pit with the orb. TNC, they get something out of this. They get kills as well. Gabby and Bok, they run down Crit. As Gabby, he's got that Aegis intact, ready for the next move. They're able to make that play and just a bit of a slowdown from the attempt. You know, trying to commit with the BKB, but old Roche, he's got his hands out for Arteezy as he bashes him, slows down the kill a bit, just enough for TNC to have the time to get in and be there as the Aegis drops.
Good old RNG coming into play a little bit there, giving TNC some hope.
Yeah, a little bit of time to play, and they play it perfectly. Gabby's in, and big moves from the Spectre here. 2-0-5, now Gabby's game flawless so far. With that Aegis, the next move that EG would have probably wanted to look for or respond to, you know, if TNC want to play aggressive with this, it's not going to be as easy. They're going to have to deal with 2 rounds of Gabby.
No, and Gabby can now commit a lot harder into the fights with his first life. Just jumping onto the backlines, killing them, and then continue to look to pressure the other heroes. And even though they are tanky, as we mentioned, he does have Diffusal. So at least he can burn that mana pool away to still continuously do damage versus these tanky cores. TNC needed that. EG, still looking to be active. Level 18 now on Abed. Armel. Ooh, good thing he did not jump to that orb.
EG slowing things down a little bit now. Stand on their half of the map. Abed tries with the jump in, pops the Elder Dragon form, but Armel, he's out. He is out, so able to avoid Abed now, whilst this Dragon form has been popped. So another smooth move here from TNC will slow down EG's potential a little bit.
Oh, Arcane Rune, but Armel, he gets caught.
Say that, no, Abed, he's able to get on top. Armel's got an orb in a second, but the arena is down. Armel, has he got any escape? Will drop the Dream Coil, orb out to the side. Armel, he's away. Actually manages to make it out there. Looks to be a bit spooky as Abed gets that jump on him, but Armel will make it out alive.
What a madman. I cannot believe he jumps into the river to try to get the rune away from 3 heroes. Thankfully survives for himself, but we'll have to use that coil defensively to get out. They do have Haunt back up in 5 seconds on TNC, but now that that coil's down for 50, they probably have to wait a moment before looking for the play. But I do see them grouping up, so maybe they won't wait.
I think they want to do something with this Aegis.
Yeah,
I think even without the coil, they know that they can get to these backliners. I mean, with the BKB and Bok can just charge in and make it very hard for EG to sort of separate themselves from, you know, Bok and Gabby getting on top of one of these squishier heroes.
Scan comes out though. They catch it perfectly, EG. Very aware of this move. RTZ. He's gonna ditch out of here. Crit as well. All grouping up around the DK. No.
Radiant are scanning.
Just leaves an illusion to push out the lane. And he's gonna give all that information. Armel can barely even kill this illusion. Should take him quite a bit of time.
It's not going to get any easier with the full butterfly being done pretty much here for RTZ.
Ooh. And he did max the reflection this game. I guess it is so effective versus the Spectre and the Night Stalker. I've seen a lot of games where they do just put 1 point in it, especially players like Poyoyo. He loves stats, so.
I think you're right. It's definitely circumstantial. You know.
Yeah.
This game, as you say, some good reasons to play with it, and with sort of the action that we have seen. There have been fights that have been turning up. Those abilities are going to make the difference. As we'll see, top lane, tier 2 will be let go on here from EG.
TNC glyphed as well to go for the push. That means they have no glyph for bottom. EG was thinking about threatening something here. They force some reaction, but they will back up together.
Mean, yeah, maybe it's sort of the big brain move. You know, they have the Aegis on Gabby. They kind of want EG to try and do something. You know, so maybe they're saying, hey, look at us. Oh no, we've got no glyph. Try and bring a fight to us.
Not too much time left on it though. 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, they better be keeping that in track. Otherwise, that could cause some issues here if they're not keeping their mind on that time. But they're going to try and find something.
They're going to go for it.
They're in with the Haunt, straight over towards Crit. They've got the illusions in upon him as well. They'll try and turn the lockdown onto Gabby. Crit He's not going to be able to get out as they take down the two squishies. Both supports fall on EG. Armel jumping in with the control onto YSI. Heartseasy trying to step up with the BKB as they're stepping back now. TNC Gabby still got that Aegis available. YSI will be brought down. It's down to just Arbed and Heartseasy now. Heartseasy with no BKB. Gabby, Aegis times out. We'll give him the full health and full mana though, which might be enough to give him the strength to get back in there. Box trying to have a look at the two of them. It's just down to these two, Arbed and Heartseasy. They're ready to try and take them on 2v4. Arbed jumps back in with the Dragon Tail, getting in aggressive. Armel's trying to get over towards Heartseasy on the backlines. They've got the damage control to take down bot.
Tim's threw him in.
What?
Oops.
Oh no, he did not want
him.
Oh, oh wow, there you go. You know, Tim's. You got to be careful how close you get to this man. As yeah, next thing you know, you're getting a first-class ticket on the old Tiny Airlines. As, yeah, that's dead box. Dead for 25.
And the two tanky cores, Abed as well as Arteezy, again taking both of the health talents at 20 as well. I've seen more Conjure Image duration talents, but 8 stats. You can see why this game 20. They're going to be these beasts in the fight that we see that TNC can't really deal with, even if they're isolated, even if BKB is down from the Terrorblade. They still have to be quite afraid of Arteezy and Abed.
I mean, that was, yeah, it was literally, what, 2 versus 4 situation, and nothing that could be done from TNC. They end up losing a hero. So, yeah, big struggles. And that is going to be a problem, you know, considering, as we saw, you know, that the start of that fight for TNC, I think it went exactly how they wanted it to. You know, they get the quick kills on the easier heroes, but then now at this point with how farmed Heartseasy and Arbed is, it's sort of a question of what's next. How are you actually going to kill the cores? Gabby?
Does he get caught? Oh, the stun!
Ooh! Ooh, that was close. That was very close there. It was between the DK and the Spectres. Gabby just gets out with a TP, but not quite landing in time.
What did he say?
Perfect TP there.
And what did I don't know what Abed said. They gave him a question mark though. I don't think Gabby's happy with that one.
Well, hang on. Let me get up the old translate.
Can you translate for us? Was he saying lag or something? Because I see the ka. Usually the ka means
well,
lag,
I'm sure it's something nice. It was something nice.
It was something nice. Okay,
I'm sure it's something nice. It was something nice. Oh, and it was. I've actually got the translation.
What is it?
Because I am fluent in Filipino. It was. You were almost there. He was saying he was very close.
Maybe you're saying like I almost got you.
Oh wait,
or something like I get it.
Yeah, it was something referencing how close that was. So
okay.
Some friendly little chat there between the two.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No drama,
it was
unfortunately. We love the drama, but it was a nice little bit of ban. Yeah.
Gabby's got to be. He just sent the Manta illusions out. Crit's on the hunt. He's got the dagger hiding through the trees. DK form ends as well, so they don't have that free path into kind of hunt for him here. They're swinging over. TNC is smoking. They've got the Lincolns finished up on Armel too, so he's safer versus these stuns. They find Kyiv. Crit as well.
They can get here. Crit. He's gone. Heartseasy coming in with the BKB. Ichi doing their best to split up. Instant buyback from Fly.
He's stunned.
He can get him on Heartseasy. This time they're surrounded him. And he's not getting any help. Fingers out. Heartseasy is gone. Boomy there rolling in the dollars. As he's just picked up 791 gold there for ending that godlike streak at Heartseasy with the big old finger.
Huge play, and Arteezy perhaps regretting. He popped that BKB so quick inside the fight when they were going in onto the backlines, onto these squishier heroes. Gets caught out. TNC. Very nice moves around the map, and now Gabby's got a Scotty.
That's huge. I mean, this is a big window now. A long time without the Terrorblade. TNC getting some good work done here out on the map. Stepping up to be sort of the game that you'd hope to see when you get like the Spectres and the Terrorblade. Now, 18-18, less than 1k gold in it here. Quite a difference in how the gold is dispersed between the cores, of course. You know, whereas an EG, a lot of it, you know, he's 5k ahead of everyone else. You know, a lot of worth on this Terrorblade, where things are a little bit more evenly spread amongst the cores of TNC.
Yeah, they did get, of course, you know, Boomy. He's got the Philly. He's got the Philosopher's Stone, so he's always going to be getting a little bit more gold than the other supports on the other side. He's going to start getting pretty rich on this Lion. And Tim's, he's been having a pretty good game besides that one toss where he did kill his teammate. It's been a lot better performance from him.
No, it has. Yeah, he's getting some money to play with. I mean, what's he picking up here with the gold? He's going E-Blade or what?
E-Blade, I'd imagine, yeah. It's that or he goes Lotus, I would think, versus the Terrorblade, but I don't know what else he can actually go
Lotus
for.
could be... yeah.
I like it quite a bit.
Lotus,
He's gonna.
okay,
Okay, he's actually over Force.
All
right. Okay. Forcing.
Okay.
I mean, Force is always good versus like this, versus these combos, versus like the hexes and versus.
Oh, hang on,
AA.
Boomy.
Boomy. He's got A on disc, so he'll be okay.
Easy.
18 to 18.
What's the game plan now for both sides? You know, EG, are they sort of saying we want to sit back, get the Satanic done on RTZ, or how do they avoid sort of the situations of that last team fight going the way that they did again?
They just need to get the jumps themselves rather than getting jumped on, which is quite difficult. They will get the grab onto the Night Stalker here.
And they've got the damage. Box gone.
And it's right around Roche too.
Not sure, it's up and ready. TNC last time came in with a pretty nice steal of the Aegis. They're definitely kitted up to go for it again. Gabby's going to TP back to base, make sure he's full up on the mana. He has got the Haunt to turn up.
He's carrying a Dust as well too, very important. Fly has a Glimmer Cape, but that's not going to save him versus this.
Oh, EG.
Jump forward.
They're going to try and start the fight onto the high ground. Arbet jumps in onto Tims. Tims able to force out to the side as they're coming with the Haunt. Gabby, he's moving over towards Fly. Bok charging in with the BKB straight on a crit. Crit's gone. So is Fly. They get the two supports. Bok trying to get himself out of the range of Arbet and Arteezy. He's up to the high ground. Arbet will find him. Gets in, takes down the Night Stalker. See back over towards the focus of Arteezy. Arteezy getting tossed back into the Hex. Arbet still with that strong Elder Dragon form, cleaning them up though. Over towards Boomy. Boomy will get burnt down by the Breathe Fire. Dragon Tail down onto Tims. EG, they'll get themselves the stronger hold of this fight as they do not lose a single one of their cores. Arteezy, Ice, and Arbet, again, just proving to be a little too tough for them to take down.
Two supports still dead though on the side of EG. Gabby's starting the Roche. They're gonna buy back Abed. He's scouting bashes again, coming into play, but Abed's losing all his mana. He's completely drained.
He's out of mana. He's not got any one charges either. He's got nothing to play. There's a DD as well in the river. Gabby, he's got DD. Turns over towards Ice. She's just blown up at Tims. Able to deliver him straight into the face of Gabby. Ice, she's going to buy back, but with this DD, TNC, they're going to have a good attempt to take it down the Roche pretty quickly. Armel, he's jumping onto Arteezy over towards the side. 13 seconds until the BKB's up. Arteezy can't commit on this as Gabby takes down Roche. He picks it all up. They get everything from the pit this time round, TNC. EG get nothing.
Great way of resetting the fight. They're like, oh, meta's down, DK form is down, we know we can continue this fight. And they stop the blink. I saw that from Tims. Very nice play from him. Abed was trying to sneak in to perhaps go for a stun and steal the Roche, but Tims actually covers it nicely there.
Big moves from TNC around the pit. I mean, Gabby's still less than 1k. Of course, money having to be spent there on the buybacks, but the way they bought back and set up to make sure they got everything there, absolutely worth it for TNC in terms of the long term of this game.
You know, Gabby's got the dispersion, so he can jump onto the heroes easier also. Without having to use a haunt, he can maybe jump onto these Shadow Shamans or whoever did the last instance of damage onto him. And he's doing such a good job with his micro. I see he's haunting in, he mantas immediately, he sends 2 illusions onto crit, which just kill him by themselves, and then he just kills Fly with his actual hero. Then he starts committing for the rest. Really good target priorities coming out from TNC inside of these fights.
Yeah, I mean, sort of as anticipated when these supports were shown and they end with the Spectator, you know, it's very much, it's not an easy game for Crit and Fly to get their job done.
Fly being pretty sneaky down here. Cheese on the Night Stalker too now, so he's going to be much tankier inside the fight.
Radiant are scanning.
Still very close game, but that Aegis could be the X factor here for TNC.
I think we're seeing as well, just with the dwindling BKB duration on Arteezy, these fights are definitely getting much more difficult for him. As soon as that BKB goes down, a lot of stuff being thrown around by TNC that, whereas they might not necessarily kill him, it's not very easy for Arteezy to really stand there and do the damage.
No, the Shaman's just dead instantly in the fight. That's a lot of the disable that EG needs to stick onto these.
Or Tims.
Ice. Arteezy. They see Tims for a second here. They also see Boomy.
They see the two that will Boomy. He's out with the blink, but Arteezy and Ice, they're ready, waiting for him. As Boomy will get caught, they get the Arima down onto Tims. Tims, he's gonna be able to live a little longer, but EG, I think there was some hesitance there as they were unsure if maybe TNC were going to come in with more backup, but it wasn't to be the case. TNC weren't able to turn and take part of that fight. And that now is 2 heroes down, of course, both down without buyback in over a minute. So EG, we'll see how much they can get done with this. They're hunting for him in the mid lane.
That was so close. Lincoln's saving his life. And that is a meta committed, though, by Arteezy, so they have to get something big out of it. As soon as these supports respawn on TNC, I want to see them look for the fight.
I mean, how much can EG get with this sort of 2 heroes down, do you think? Anything more than a tier 2?
Maybe just forcing some heroes back. The meta, actually, never mind, meta's ending. But they're going to try it.
I'll see how much they can do.
Siege wave.
I mean, they're going to know there's no buyback. I mean, these are the 2 heroes with some of the bigger setups. See how much they can push in.
They've got the
they've got a few seconds left on the Elder Dragonfall. They've got the push. It's going to get laid down. He's going to try and get in on the fight. Gabby's coming in with a horn. They go over towards Crit, but Crit's able to put the BKB. Fly will fall. As they've got the control as well. Crit turning with the BKB shackle onto Gabby. He's locking down the Spectre. Crit will still fall, but he had enough control to allow him to bring Gabby down the once. Gabby is going to be back for round 2 here. The coil down onto the 3 of them. Armel controlling them all as Gabby. He turns, brings down Ice. Stun from Boom. He comes out onto the 2 of them into the Hex. They've got the lockdown onto Arteezy, the Bash as well. Arteezy in trouble. He'll pop the BKB, trying to fight back. Turns with the Sunder over to Boomy. He's back up to full HP, but the Bashes are coming out. Gabby, he gets caught up by the stun from Arbed, but again, Boomy lining up a beautiful 2-man Hurst spike. Locks down Arteezy, locks down Arbed. Arteezy trying to turn with the lifesteal. He's still somehow alive, but they're in with the silence. Arteezy turns towards Pog. He's able to bring down the Night Stalker, but the Avalanche comes in. Arteezy will fall. The Terrorblade's out of the game. Arbed left alone here against the 4 members of TNC as they're able to push on, and they'll slowly but surely take down the DK as well. TNC, they get the cleanup.
Great pass off from Bach, giving the cheese to Gabby mid-fight. He was going to die otherwise, able to turn it completely there. Whew, they do get the racks, but TNC does end up winning that fight pretty heavily.
For sure, objective taken, but again, we're seeing that just with the speed that some of these heroes on EG die to sort of jump from Gabby and the moves that TNC can make to the backlines, there just isn't quite enough backup left alive to allow Arteezy to stand there and stand his ground against TNC's lineup. TNC, at the moment, they are just able to always overwhelm EG in these team fight situations.
Yeah, with the numbers, for sure. The Boomy is doing an excellent job this game on the line. During the Satanic of Arteezy, he gets this full Hex off onto him. He also gets a stun follow-up too. Excellent coordination coming out from TNC. Gabby's 25 now.
Really struggling to kill this Spectre. 8-0-12. Gabby having a fantastic time here. Really struggled, of course, to really just play his game at all in that first game of the series as the Wraith King. This time around, he's in his element. As the mid lane racks, they'll be taken down here whilst Arbed and Arteezy still sit on the sidelines. So, all in all, even with that top racks going down, TNC able to find a Rex in trade on top of getting a phenomenal team fight win. 9k ahead now. TNC is that the pressure really building up against EG.
Great team moves. Armel commits. He hasn't really been dying too much in the game. 5-2-11. As we, he's countered because of this Shadow Shaman, but there is no Shadow Shaman in the game. Crit just dies almost immediately every single time. The BKB did save him for some time versus that first life of the Aegis, but he just gets deleted every single one. Level 25 also on Armel. Starting to look really good for them. Arteezy unable to hold his ground and just dish out enough damage during that one BKB.
Of course, the 7KB will make quite the difference. Now having a means to deal with that butterfly of Gabby. Still, it is just the survivability. I mean, he's able to survive for a long time, it's just not long enough. Well, obviously, between the Satanic and the Sunder, it definitely takes a lot of effort to bring him down. But they are able to do so. Just with the amount of kite and control ability that TNC have, it's not an easy fight for Arteezy to play into as a Terrorblade.
No, stuns, hexes, bashes. We saw Gabby getting a couple of them in that last fight too. Now an E-Blade also on Tim's, just all these different things that are going to prevent Arteezy from attacking. He's got the Satanic at least to dispel versus that E-Blade if it gets put onto him aggressively, but they've done a great job of controlling him. Smoking up.
Here we go. TNC.
They cleared the area too, so they know there's no vision on top of the smoke. Trying to claim a high ground. Got the Haunt at the ready. They've got everything. Ice.
They fly.
Right into them.
They get in. Then with the avalanche, RTZ able to get the BKB off in time. Bok trying to look towards iSize. The finger comes out. That's iSize gone. As Bok, he's heading straight to the backlines, moving over towards Fly. Crit turns with the BKB, but they're able to kill him off. Crit's gone. 2 down. Tims turns with another toss over on towards Arbed. They're trying to chase down Gabby, but Gabby, he's able to get away from the big course, take down Fly. Tims will fall, but now it's only the 2 left alive. Arbed and RTZ, can they really withstand this brawl that TNC is bringing them? I don't think they can. A Sunder from RTZ comes out. He's looking to help out Arbed. It's actually enough. It keeps Arbed alive. Arbed's able to turn. Boomy goes down. EG, they're turning it around here with the Sunder from Artor. The Sunder from Artor keeps EG's hopes alive here in the second game, as it's a triple kill for RTZ, as RTZ literally giving his health there to Arbed to allow Arbed to turn, fight back. EG, they finally are able to find that punch back in a team fight, and they do it with just the 2 of them.
Ah, what a sick play from RTZ. He's not getting focused at all. They're throwing everything onto this DK. He still has Satanic. He's like, okay, wait a minute, I can Sunder here, Satanic and lifesteal up. Beautiful execution. After they lose 3 heroes right at the start, these 2 continue to impress. The 2v4, 2v5 scenarios over and over again.
It's not an easy game for them.
No.
We're sitting literally, most of these is RTZ and Arbed against the world.
Really
Size, Fly, Crit, they're pretty much dead every single team fight. These 2, they've got to play it perfectly together, and we certainly saw a glimpse of that there in that last fight. They need to keep that up. It has to be the best here against TNC, because TNC, they're playing phenomenally. They're getting that advantage, but RTZ and Arbed, maybe these 2, even if they are the only 2 that are able to live longer than a few seconds in the team fight, maybe they can do it.
Just maybe. And Crit, he didn't die immediately. That's the important thing too. Him and Fly got their spells off for once in the fight. Most of these fights, they get deleted. They don't get a single thing off. They got the Ice Blast. They got the Cold Feet. They got the Hex. They controlled Gabby for some time.
This is going to be quite a big one as well.
It is.
Having the Aghanims on RTZ, this Terror Wave, it's going to be a right nuisance for TNC to fight into.
It can be really nice to protect his supports. Just getting rid of these Haunt Illusions from killing the supports instantly, that could be really effective. Also, just frequency of having meta is going to be really nice. Didn't really point out either. They have Spell Prison him on Abed, so they have all these crazy stunts. He also has the AoE Dragon Tail during his Elder form now too. So all these illusions that have been kind of overwhelming EG might start to get solved because of all this. Also, Timeless Relic on Crit. So if he does survive in the fight, his duration of his disables are going to be substantial.
And I think as well, after that last fight, for the definite takeaway for TNC will be that when it is down to the 2 of them, there's no value trying to commit on Arbed, right? When RTZ is there with that sort of Sunder backup, you have to go for the Terrorblade out of the 2 of them.
It is tough to make that decision, though, because the Breathe Fire is very effective through all stages of the game. He does have the talent now also, so he does have 55% damage reduction. If he does survive, he continues to blow those out. It's going to keep RTZ a lot more survivable. Up to high ground. Serpent Ward's being cleaned up. Tims back.
He's in with a deep toss back here. Gets the catch on to Arbed into the Hex. Arbed is going to get burst low on Tizzy again. Is he able to keep him alive enough? Is Arbed still living? He does it once more. Arbed will not die here thanks to the backup of Artor.
The bro plays.
They won't lose anyone here, EG. They get the objective. Melee rack's done. No lives to be lost as EG. They'll head back now, look to reset.
God, it looked like he died for a second. I got a lag spike. I was like, wait, did he die or was it
so
Sunder?
close.
He did get the
It was
Sunder.
close.
It was really nicely coordinated by TNC, but again, not getting the disable onto RTZ. Now they at least know, right? This is where you start to recognize things. You make these mistakes, you start to recognize, wait, now we're going to need some type of silence or hex. If we go for tossback plays, we have to address the Terrorblade, the Sunder plays that are coming in. Meta's still down. There is a Terror Wave they have to worry about, but they're looking to catch something.
Let's see what TNC can do with this timing. Looking to hit EG when they might not be prepared for it. Tims, he's in with a jump combo. Straight away, they'll look towards the back lines. RTZ turns over towards Bok. They've got the Hex control. Bok's getting locked down here by Crit. Bok Scott. The Night Stalker will be lost. EG, they're prepared for the jump and they turn it around. Night Stalker gone.
Armel jumped in. Do they see him? They got a glimpse of him for a second. He's okay.
It's a hard catch unless a blind spear will do it, but no, not going to be the case. Armel into the trees and away.
Tried to catch something there, but all of EG was prepared. Now a full refresher on our TZ2. 2 minutes still left on Aegis. They also held the cheese. That was the other thing. Abed still has that one. Since they did use the Sunder play to save him, he didn't have to actually pop it.
Let's see if they can protect this final set of racks at TNC. EG ready to come in hot on the bottom lane.
AC coming out on the courier. Abed does spend quite a bit of his gold to tossback play. It's on Tartizi.
Another toss back, but the BKB's out straight away. Arteezy trying to step back over towards Tims. Arteezy look towards now. Gabby popping the ult here. He's pushing in. Gabby's been hexed. They've got the space for the tower to go down. Armel's trying to jump in to push them back. Tims has brought back. The coil down onto the two of the back lines. Coming in with the horn. They're moving out of Fly. Fly's able to live in with the Ghost Scepter. Jump in from Tims. Yet again with the combo onto Arteezy. Arteezy's able to turn. The holds his ground. Tims is going to fall slowly but surely. He's up to the high ground, but the damage is done. Tims will go down. He's out for 110. So's Boomy. Bok will manage to commit onto crit, but Arteezy and Abed, they're full HP. They cannot tackle these two. It's an ultra kill for Arteezy as EG, they'll clean up the team fight yet again. As arm out, there looks to be another catch here. Has he got any fancy footwork that he can pull off? It doesn't look like it, and in fact, there it is. A deserved rampage there for Arteezy after he's had a fantastic few fights here. The saving of his teammates, and it pays off there on the scoreboard. Rampage for the Terrorblade, 22-10 as EG, they're ready to close this one up. There's buybacks available on Armo and Gabby. What can they do? They need something big. Arteezy still with the Aegis.
Last rack's taken out. They're going to back up. They're going to play it safe after they force the buybacks. Dude, this AoE Dragon Tail talent is absurd. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to hit the real Spectre. There's so many illusions around, but he just clicks stun and it catches the real Spectre every time. This talent's crazy.
Yeah, and they're onto the Ancient. Arteezy ready to look to try and close this up. In fact, he wants to pick up some more kills on the way out. Turns towards Gabby. The arena's down. They've caught the Spectre. Gabby's out. GG is called as EG will secure this second game. Both the wins going their way here against TNC, despite TNC really being able to step it up here in this game too. But honestly, I reckon if anything, EG was probably rather pleased with that, getting more of a challenge here in this second game, but still a challenge they were able to overcome at the end of it all here, EG.
Ice had a bit of a rough game for sure, but